Okay, I'm just about ready to get started. Today's a special bonus stream. Thinking about things to do in the future, just making some notes, and hopefully I'll be able to act upon them later. For now, let us discuss a little bit about the intended purpose of today's stream, and we'll go into PSO. So, what are we planning to show off? Well, this time at least I wrote down the classes we'll be playing today, and in the order I intend to play them. So there are 5 different human character classes within PSO. We have the male and female ranger, we have the male hunter, we have the male and female force. We'll be starting with the rangers, as I want to unequip some of their stuff to give to my Humar, who I think is definitely my weakest character, and I think definitely needs more love. I probably want to do something very simple with him, so I have a feeling we'll just do part of a quest versus a full quest with him. But in the meantime, let's jump into the game. There we go, that's a promising sound. So I haven't really talked about this too much, but I might as well talk about it now. So the character I use to kind of get everything going when it comes to PSO is a character I don't usually play too often on stream, and that is my Ramar. I feel like that is a character where I could have almost literally nothing in terms of equipment and get all the way to Ultimate. Now, when it comes to clearing Ultimate and doing a lot of the more advanced Ultimate runs, I will say that this is not my favorite character for it. I've been neglecting this specific character for a little bit, unfortunately. And it's not that this character has bad equipment, and quite the contrary, actually. I have basically the second best shield, in terms of defense anyway, that I'm interested in, and I can do most runs. And in fact, I want to show that this character could do certain runs, so we're just going to call this Absolute Gobbledygook, my favorite way of starting a game. We're actually going to play a little single player. So let's see, forecast I believe for today, which is random, is for rangers and males, so we have the most luck going for this character. I'm going to briefly talk about their equipment and why they will do very well for the most part in this upcoming area. So we're going to be doing the boss rush. I have Spread Needle, which is basically defeats every single boss in the game, honestly. Just by itself, God tier. Frozen Shooter, I'm going to use in very specific scenarios to try to reduce damage that I take. And Slicer Fanatic is here just to show off. I really don't technically need it, honestly speaking. What's more important is I have Lieutenant Mantle, which is great for exploration, lets me see traps. I have really solid God ability, Centurion ability, and Heavenly Luck, which when you combine all these two, caps out your crit rate no matter what your materials are. And the D-Roll A shield, which adds a phenomenal amount of defense. In fact, that 944 defense is more than my forces would get if they deban bonus themselves for enhanced defense. So this character is very tanky. I don't think there's anything I could do to become tankier, question mark. Lieutenant Mantle offers a lot of defense. I'm sure there's probably literally one armor in the game with more defense. Offhand, it might be like the virus armor with the Ephinea, I think its name is. One that has 3 or 4 different phases and it evolves into the ultimate armor. So shy of me spending upwards of like 100 photon drops, which as you can see are not super common. I can't think of a way to get tankier than this. And honestly speaking, I don't think I need to. I don't think I need to be. So, benefits of this character. If you don't have a lot of techniques, this character can use the basic buffs. And in the early game, being able to shift a D-band is probably more important than using the debuffs, since your stats will generally outpace the enemies, especially if you have a really good mag. However, when it comes to ultimate, the inverse is true. I would rather have debuffs over buffs. I feel like this character falls off a little bit due to that. I saw something called Endless Episode 1. I don't recognize that. I might actually try that in the near future. On stream, to be honest with you. Ephinea is always adding custom quests, and sometimes I read the notes. And, you know, I get to see what episodes they add things to. Like, I think there's some really fun Episode 2 quests that they did that to, for example, because I think Episode 2 has some of the worst quests known to mankind. So any custom quest that makes it slightly more tolerable is very appreciated. So there, I have so much defense that even these basic enemies cannot injure me. So we basically have a free run up until the first boss. I mean, I guess I could take lightning damage from the... I was gonna call them Boomas, but that's not correct. Hildebear. The Hildetor equivalent. I'd think through. I was like translating. So there's different names depending on what difficulty you're on. Normal through very hard use the same classic enemy names, but these are the Hildelts, the rare monsters being the Hildetors. Unfortunately, we did not see a Hildetor. We'll know if it's rare because it'll be blue. Oh well. I guess we will not be getting another frozen shooter. So that's also a benefit of playing the Ranger. As I said before, self-sufficient, doesn't need great items. However, all of their best items can be found literally in the Forest of Ultimate, so you don't have to go very far in. So Frozen Shooter, for example, will carry you through a majority of the game. Their only item that is hard-ish to attain is probably the Spread Needle, which I'm using now, which you could get at Ruins. However, it is a common drop in Ruins. It's not the hardest item to go for, but it does require actually having damage to progress through Ruins. So that might be a little bit of a gatekeep if you're just making a brand new character. However, getting a Frozen Shooter is brain dead easy. Most people will end up with it unintentionally. Frozen Shooter also has an interesting trait where it has infinite vertical height. So even though it looks like my bullet is not traveling up in the sky to hit the dragon, it will still actually hit the dragon. So not only does it have guaranteed freeze as long as you can hit, spoilers, this character has the highest accuracy in the game, so you should always hit. Yeah, it covers more bases than other weapons will. So just a great weapon to always have in your inventory. I don't really think there's a run where it's irrelevant. Super good for you. But more often than not, I'll use the Spread Needle. The reason I do that is it has faster fire rate than the Frozen Shooter. Frozen Shooter doesn't have enough ATP on the weapon for me to really justify using it as the main weapon. I will use it if I'm single targeting something, just to make sure that it can't hit me, like when I did for the Hildetor. But generally speaking, if I'm looking for DPS, I just feel like the Spread Needle will out DPS it, even for single target. Nope. Just something to show off. 2 simple combos, we're out. Now, where I'm not as sure what is going to happen, because I haven't played with this character in a while, is for the Lily. Can we kill it before it paralyzes us? Let's find out. Answer's yes. Oh, answer's very much yes. Ooh, wasn't even close. Now, the downside of this character, and I find it kind of annoying after a while, is that the shift to 15 and D-band 15 only last for 3 minutes, which is not a very long time in PSO terms. I really wish I could play Fly Me to the Moon, but because it has lyrics, I don't think I could play that. But that is from... specifically Bayonetta version of that song. Let's not get copyright stricken. As tempting as it is, fine. Let's have a little bit of downtime waiting for this enemy to spawn. Simple stuff. But as you can see, this character breezing through so far. There is one point of trouble, one point of contention, as it were, and I will point it out. And this is the reason I use this particular shield over all other shields. I'm a little concerned about my HP, but if for some reason I die, it's not the end of the world. I'll just put a safety telepipe down. As I said before, I haven't played with this character in a while, so forget if they have an issue with one very specific boss attack, and I'm already aware of one issue with one of the normal enemy encounters here, which is kind of unfortunate. Definitely holds this build back. I don't have his strongest possible gun. I think it's the Heaven Striker for pistols. Excellent weapon. You can use Berserk Special to deal amazing amounts of damage. And that helps with some of the issues that this character can come across, like boss damage. However, multi-segmented bosses like this are about to take a lot from me. Now, unfortunately, my shot was swaying there, so that caused me to actually not do as much damage as I should have. And because I didn't focus the shot correctly, we have to go to another phase. I could have done it with my current ATP, I'm pretty sure. You could tell that my shot was swaying because you can see that there's a very damaged 806 number at the top of the boss list, which is the boss's overall health. And then the 595 is another plate that I had started damaging. So I lost about 2,000 damage there. However, as long as I get a couple shots here, it won't really matter. Or I'll get hit on the way to making another shot. This is depressing. Also, Resta, very weak for this character. The boss is already dead, but it has to go through its cycle. So this is forced. I'll attack this for more damage, though. On the plus side, another thing that makes this character one of the ultimate starting characters... Sorry, I get a little sidetracked, sorry, by some of the bosses. Oh, level up. Great level up stats. So you can see I got 5 attack, 2 defense, 1 ATA. Absolutely terrible MST. This character's MST is the worst in the game for sure, if they actually have it. However, this character has an innate bonus that's not really talked about, I feel, when people talk about characters. So mag creation is extremely, extremely, extremely important in this game. And rangers, regardless of male, female, caste, whatever, are able to get the Dolphin as their starting force power. And as a new player, or somebody just looking for overall really strong mag blasts, that is basically the best one in the game outside of the twins. It gives you a long-reaching photon blast, so you can destroy a column of enemies. Like here, I don't know if I would use it, unless I backed up like right to here. Then I would consider using it. Only really topped by the circular mag blast. I think it's Phyla? I think is its name. I just call it Angel. Basically what its icon looks like. We'll see what the icon is in a little bit. Rangers also have an innate bonus of being Ranger, so I build Mag Blast super fast due to Spread Needle, just because it counts overall DPS. So I'll show you an example of where I would use the Frozen Shooter to avoid damage. Anyway, that was a fight. The enemy tried, Chad. It really tried. This is actually gonna bother me. Let me just swap this. There we go. Always, always, always make sure your combo starter is not the bottom button along the bottom row. I've been avoiding that issue for the most part just because I'm not killing too many enemies. And for things like the Frozen Shooter, I can start with Special, which will ignore that issue of picking up items instead of attacking. As you can see, I barely assigned any spells along the bottom spell bar. This is literally his strongest spell. It barely did 100 damage. It was quite pathetic. Not feeling it, chat. I want to take advantage of this mag invincibility because this is what I call the trouble room. Now, as you can see, it's fairly consistent you getting mag blast at this point in time. If I'm a little shy, I kill some more of those robots to kind of even it out. But generally speaking, I don't need to take damage as long as I just play the way I'm playing. I'll get mag blast every time. And what I want to do is kill this Sinnoh and leave immediately. And this is where it gets a little scary. So I got stuck for a moment, but we're just gonna leave. This character is not good with dealing with Sinnohs. So that's kind of the exception to the rule, where normally I like Shifted D-Band and it's good enough to deal with them. This character cannot handle them very well without very specialized gear or being extraordinarily overleveled. Unfortunately, I'm not extraordinarily overleveled. I'm gonna take a little damage there since I messed up my timing. Hey, a photon drop. We were just talking about that earlier in the session. We're gonna freeze here so that the robot doesn't get knocked down on hit. Just another benefit of this particular thing. Unfortunately, I forgot what the setup was to get the switch guaranteed, so I think I'm gonna take a little bit of damage here. We could blame sloppy gameplay for this. Now I want to rotate. That I do want to do. I'm going to go in a straight line as much as possible. It's not good to zigzag because you'll end up zigzagging back into the lasers if they come at you. Now, yet again, we come into a scenario where the best weapon is Spread Needle. So Spread Needle will carry you extremely far in the game once you have it. The thing we are waiting on is I'm going to save my Mag Blast, not for this boss. I don't think it's really needed. I'm going to save it for Dark Falls. That way I could speed up the phases a little bit. is this character doesn't have what I call a true single target boss weapon. So that's where you get like your charge mech guns, you get something that gives you berserk, something where you could do some kind of sacrifice special and your health total or money total is not really of concern. You're just looking to pump out the damage. Rangers have the benefit. Wow. That was a really fast phase 1. I actually wasn't expecting that. Boss didn't even get to use the turrets. Wow, that was clean. It's just, so I'm not used to it going that well. I'm sorry, chat. Usually it goes worse. But we're just gonna get some pot shots here. I'll take some damage, I think, here. Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, that was the boss fight. I mean, I got hit once. I consider that a win. Got Rigby Bullet. That's a single target pistol. Not really that impressive, unfortunately. They drop like a dime a dozen. That's difficulty. It's like if I'm really desperate for single target damage, I'll try it. Like you can see Frozen Shooter 1725 and this is 1805. I mean, it's technically better than Frozen Shooter. Technically. So I could, in theory, wield this against the final boss just for more damage. Also, I love my 666 TP. That was not intentional, but I find it very amusing. We're gonna do the same strategy again. I'm gonna avoid damage. So to avoid damage, I want to Frozen Shooter. I got knocked down. That is extremely, extremely horrific luck, because I think that means I got crit. And because I got crit, that actually throws off my entire cycle. Damn. Bad luck, chat. So I could do it that way. The boss basically absorbs your TP to do an enhanced strike. You could always kill it before it can unleash the strike. But you could actually just freeze it and just shoot it to death that way as well. And that one's safer because you won't get swiped upon. But unfortunately, I did get crit, and getting crit results in me getting knocked down. Now again, had I maxed out HP material, or had I been a higher level in general, probably wouldn't have been an issue. Actually, that was a little silly for me to do. I should have waited for him to teleport again. If he heals, this is going to be a big waste of time. So he'll do that death attack. You can tell by that orb color into a heal every single time. So normally he goes grants, death, heal. It's a very set cycle. I forced him to spawn on the second cycle. If you're wondering why he goes straight to there, why I go to the top. So I try to at least pop his orb if I can't kill him outright, and then I'll just finish him on the ground floor. Or if I'm playing multiplayer, usually my friend Chris just eliminates him. Alright, moment of truth. What's it gonna give me? It gave me mag invincibility. Okay, that's not always guaranteed. So here's another example where Spread Needle is yet again the best choice if you're playing as the Ranger. So all the spinners can technically be targeted at once, depending on their grouping. And having mag invincibility here means I can get some free pot shots. I recommend if you're playing a force or using a ranger, just shooting blindly as soon as you spawn with mag blast. Because the worst thing that happens is you miss and you just stop attacking. And in best case scenario, you've already killed some before they are even like registered on the radar. So either way, really no reason not to go for it, to be honest with you. The number of spinners we have to destroy is based off the number of players. I think it's 10 per player. It is a set amount. It doesn't like do 10 and then 12 and 14. So if there's 2 players, I think we have to kill 20 spinners total. Single player is a bit more merciful. Just 10. I believe that is correct. But yeah, it's definitely a set number for sure. I didn't count how many that was. You could technically overkill, because you can hit multiple targets there. Now here's where debuffing would have been extremely good, and why I think characters like the Ramarl completely outpace the Ramar, is that I would be able to debuff this boss so I deal more damage. However, I'm not able to do that. Guess we could show off the Ruby Bullet. Not bad, as I said before. Like, I could literally just pick up a weapon and use it. I mean, I guess that's also the benefit of playing the Ramar. The Ramar has the highest accuracy, and for those that are not aware, you need accuracy in order to equip guns. So he gets early access to endgame guns without needing units. So that's why I'm saying, just in general, if you don't really have good equipment, you could just kind of pick up whatever you find and use it. Like, I'm literally picking up a gun we got on the way here, because why not? It just shows you like how much it doesn't matter sometimes. I'll take the enhanced range of a pistol over the spread needle. So that's also a downside, is we're coming up to a phase, like this is a phase where I'd probably want the sniper over some of our other options. Now this could hurt me a lot. A little worried. Oh, I got knocked down? That's actually fantastic. I want that to happen every time, chat. Because if I get knocked down, I can't get hit by the spinners, and it gives me free damage on the boss. I'm gonna use anti, since I can cure myself of that. That's actually so funny to me. I didn't realize how useful the Ruby Bullet was. I mean, Frozen Shooter I think is still better. Pistol will shoot technically slightly faster than Sniper. Okay, so Freeze is still a bit of a concern. See, chat, we're doing it on the fly. As I said before, I haven't played with this character in a while. We're just learning together. I want to see this attack every single time. Oops, did not want to walk forward there. That's a shame. I wasted some opportunity to strike. We're gonna use Resta and some dye fluids, just kind of add bonuses to ourselves. I'm surprised I dodged most of that. So what I like to do is just cast that as soon as possible. Yeah, that is very entertaining to me. So if I had brought along Mono Grinders here, I could have actually had a really decent boss weapon. Just feeling that wouldn't kill me. We got Mag Invincibility. This is perfect. This is also why I don't usually go for super high health on characters. It's much easier to hit the damage threshold. So now, for example, I don't have to worry about dodging. And in fact, if the boss does this, the boss is dead. Easy. So there is something to say about just not bothering with HP materials. I think there's a very valid case for it. There's very minimal thresholds you need to get over, which you'll eventually cross over with all characters, more or less, just by playing the game. However, it could be useful if you want to play some segments of the game earlier than intended. After that, I feel like it's kind of a waste. I did not mean to do that. I actually wanted to wait until the next phase, because I'm not sure if laser will kill me or not. Also, I forgot to put a safety teleport down, so I'm in big trouble if I die, which is very highly likely, because my health is not great. And normally, health is not an issue, as I said before, but this boss is kind of a filthy cheater. Filthy cheater, chat. Well, speaking of filthy cheater... So this attack right here, I'm really worried will double hit me and kill me. It didn't double hit me, so we're in luck. I could just rest to this. I get knocked over. This is fine. Even if it swipes at me, I'm just going to rest it through it. It only swiped once. Interesting. So it's almost at the halfway point of its health. How did that miss? I'm actually a little confused. I feel like that should not have missed. Oh, I should have used Frozen Shooter there for more damage. I'm gonna switch to Frozen Shooter just so I can snipe it more easily. Alright, so just pray for the not getting double hit. Didn't get double hit. Okay. So sometimes I purposely kite it like that. It's not ultra consistent, but it's better than no attempted manipulation. Here, I have very controlled damage. As long as I don't go too crazy, I'll be fine. But this is kind of like the intended pacing of this boss battle, as opposed to when I play with Chris. Die almost instantly. Like a more controlled, more manageable... Oh, I gotta dodge the Mugen. Boss pacing. I'm just gonna go ahead and consume some mono fluids so I can get more Resta. The boss is probably gonna swing at me. I'm just gonna heal. This is fine. So right here, it would be faster to use Ruby Bullet, for example. But we'll go for the safer, longer distance strike. So you can see, like... Oh, I wasn't given another opportunity to strike. That's not good. I'm gonna put a Monomate down, and hopefully we get the manipulation here. That was a little scary. I actually messed it up. But it's okay, our iframe saved us for sure. Unfortunately, the boss is doing this again. We're in a kind of a bad cycle with the boss, to be honest with you. As long as we don't get greedy, we will not die here. So we're gonna take a slightly slower fight, unfortunately. Now, I will say, being able to shift it myself does make the boss battle go very quickly. That was just rude. So no matter what, I think the boss will die. If it soul links us again, I'll just go for the kill. Oh, didn't even need to. Never mind. So, fairly clean fight. I had kind of unlucky patterns at the end there, but overall, I'm satisfied with it. Hey, Chris, hope you're doing well. I don't know if you caught it, but I was just arbitrarily using a Ruby Bullet on Dark Falls that I picked up on the way there. This is how much it doesn't matter sometimes, chat. I had the pew pew gun. Vulcan with 30 hit, what a shame. I really doubt I'll find anything here, but I should probably pop the boxes. Yeah, it was a pretty solid Dark Falls run. I don't feel like I made any super major mistakes. I would say my biggest mistake was the worm boss. I could have corrected that, for sure, and not gotten the second beaching, for sure. But overall, still pretty happy. And this character leveled. I can't really ask for more. I mean, I got 5 attack on a level up. That's perfect. All I want with this character is ATP now. Let me see. I guess I could deposit the Ruby Bullet that defeated Dark Falls for now. But what I'm gonna do is, because I'm not sure if my Humar has a mag, because it has been almost literally a year and a half since I played them, I'm gonna deposit my Super Power Mag. Honestly speaking, it only has a little bit of mine, but 144 power is super, super, super strong. I'm gonna leave it in there for him to use. I think everything else is fine. Yeah, I only have like a 25 hit Slicer Fanatic, but it's still pretty good on this character. With his accuracy, I basically never miss. So it's all up to Chris. I think next up on my list is the Ron-Marl. I'll probably be doing a Lily run in Halloween, if I had to guess. But it's all good. If you're not able to play, I'll just keep on trucking. 0 deaths. Team rank's only A. Oh, cut me a break. Come on, that was still a pretty fast clear. Cut me a break, Gabe. Rip, only A rank, chat. Shake your head. Get bodied. Just deciding who to play. Well, I would recommend initially somebody that can wear a dress plate or has high EDK, or you might be in for a bad time. I will not be playing a character with high EDK. I'm gonna live on the edge. Like, Purple ID is notorious in PSO for doing Lily runs in episode 1 for the Psycho wand, which is considered one of the best, if not the best wands in the game. And there are a couple of quests that you could do that on. A lot of people do maximum attack. I don't know if it honestly really matters which one you end up doing, because I think 1A, 1B, and 1C all have the same number of lilies, more or less. It's just more where you want to quit the quest is different. So some people just bail on like the first 8 or 10 kills rather than clear the whole first portion of the quest. Everybody has their own personal preferences with it. I don't know if one is better than the other. I haven't really timed that lily per second, because I'm not looking to hard grind this. It's just something I do every once in a while, arbitrarily. I'm gonna call this thing Lily time. Chris wants to join, I'll create a standard password. Or I guess if other people just want to join in for the lilies, I'm not gonna say no. Oh, Chris and I were having a conversation earlier before the stream started. My adept was on my HuCast. Oh, I found it. I will be equipping that right now for sure. As I would like to get as much resistance as possible. Yeah, I had a feeling I played with the cast using that. Cure Freeze? I think I'm gonna have to switch this up a little. Oh, I want to add it for sure. I don't think I need Heavenly Power. That off for now. I mean, our ATP is really high without it. Actually, what is her ATP with Heavenly Power? 1 second. Is it actually capping? 1145 is the cap? Oh, so she only gets 20 ATP out of it. Oh, so she's at the point where if I gain a few more levels, I don't even need to wear the Heavenly Power anymore. That's actually really great news. And I'm going to make sure to take a Cure Paralysis, because I'd like to not get paralyzed. Chris has brought out the Rock Spot, which casts have a natural immunity to paralysis. It's a good choice. I think I'll do something like this. And put away my Heavenly Power. I think going forward, I won't even wear it at all. I'll leave the Cure Freeze on this character. Hopefully things are going well for you, Chris. You're having a good Christmas. You're in that crazy time travel area where it's already Christmas. Just in the far future. Australia cheats. That's all I know. Going okay so far? That's great. Like, cleaning out my character inventories a little bit. Seeing if there's something I should be using. For sure, for new players, I should give away some of these items. They don't need this many. Future is bleak, but festive. Well, I guess I have that to look forward to, I suppose. Oh, I do have a yellow barrier. Oh, I was wondering if the character had this. I'm actually going to put that into my share bank, because I was looking for one of these earlier. Okay. That is the downside if you have too many characters. You sometimes get random items arbitrarily from boxes that you don't mean to get, and then you forget that you have them. So they just sit there when they could be combined with other items in this game for more use. Alright, there's one more thing I want to do, and then we'll start up the quest. And that is... bring a Halloween cookie with me. I don't have too many left, so I'm gonna have to hunt for a lot of them, I think, next year. Just down to 3. They're a great way of getting XP. They don't really do anything at the moment, but I figure just for showing off on the stream, it's good enough, honestly. Yeah, definitely don't worry about it though, Chris. Yeah, I think you got some from the Christmas presents, so I know you have at least 2. But don't worry about it. We're not going to be grinding it hardcore today. Can always wait for another year. I think, ironically enough, the Halloween cookies are best used either during Christmas or during the anniversary event, and not actually during Halloween whatsoever. They just, I will show it for the sake of the stream, but I will not grind Halloween during Halloween. Just because of the fact that Halloween doesn't really give any natural holiday bonuses. So like right now for Christmas, we have like 150% to everything, double the standard bonus, and XP is 200% instead of 150%, which is ridiculous, and it just makes the Halloween cookie that much better. So I'll wait by the quest counter for Chris, and in the meantime, I guess I'll talk about one additional weapon that I may or may not use in this quest, the Terrell's Parasol. I think this is by far the best partisan-esque weapon that any female can use. It's female only. It gives great bonuses to, I believe, Resta and anti-range, so it's easier to play supportive role. And it also has a charge special, which is one of the better specials in the game. Hello, Battlefield. Wait, did they add new ones? I don't remember mines existing before. I didn't realize there's... Because before it was Forest, Cave, and then Ruins. I guess they added mines recently? Where it wasn't enabled last year. One of the two above is true, because I've never done Hollow Battlefield. However, we're going to be doing Caves. Very strange, though. So we can see that XP bonus is all the way at 300% during this quest, and we still get all the advantages of the rares and everything else. Completely insane. We're gonna hand over the cookie, and that will enable the warp. Because I have an adept, I have okay dark resistance for a female, 31, better than nothing. So once we go inside, I'll be buffing Chris. True, you did call it being bleak. You're from the future. Oh, wise time traveler. Fortunately, I don't need to worry about what colors they are while playing as a force. So I can get away with just blam blam shooty blam blam with the spread needle. My favorite minigame in pastime. I'm gonna put a couple Gafoes out to hopefully kill it instantly. Yeah. Little trick there. Gafoe will hit frame 1. Fire traps will hit frame 0. It doesn't really matter what their invulnerability is. So just little tips just to speed up your gameplay. But we are looking on track for either giving materials to our friend Chris here, that he can reset a character, or we'll be just donating them in general, I think, across the next couple of days. I'm not sure if we'll stream the donations or not. It really just depends on how overcapped I am. I'm already sitting on 99 power material, for example. To fix a character, you only really need about 95. So I'm already above what one person would need to go from 0 to full in most scenarios. At least if they're doing max stats. So our goal is hopefully in the not the bottom right, but on the right side of the screen where the monster reader is. It'll say things like Ob Lily, which is the flowers that we're killing, and it'll say things like the Govelmer, I think is how you say it. I just call it the shark, because they're quote-unquote sharks, according to the lower difficulties, even though they're very clearly bears. I want to see yellow text. Yellow text designates that it's a rare enemy. So here's an example where we could feel profound disappointment in not seeing the rare enemy. Now Chris is able to put in freeze traps, and this makes this mission way, way easier. I'm able to enhance his damage and do an okay amount of damage overall. We don't really need to debuff people. We're in like the early parts of episode 1. Had we been playing something like Ruins, definitely debuffing would have been more useful. So my strategy is mostly just to keep shifted deband on him and build enough meter so that he's able to kind of do whatever he wants. Fortunately, I got tagged by a Megan there. I should have died, but I think due to our resistances, we lived. But only for one additional strike. I absolutely died on the second. Rest in peace, me. Oh no, Chris also died. This is a problem. If he doesn't have Scape Doll, we're gonna lose here, actually. There we go. Unfortunately, lilies will still do lily things. This character is not ideal for this particular run. Males get an item called the Dress Plate, which enables them to get 75 dark resistance, which by itself will automatically make them completely immune to the lily. It appears Chris does not have that on, because he died earlier. So, good luck, Chris. I have basically a 30% chance of being killed whenever I get hit, which is not great, but I'll live with it. Or I'll die with it, I guess might be more accurate at this point. Just nice and simple quest. This character I might play a bit more in general. She's very strong. She can handle basically every area in the game. I feel Rangers are one of the few characters that can play every episode successfully. I feel like there are some character classes and races in particular where I really question your ability to play solo unless you have truly the most broken endgame gear. And I guess it's just easier to get the endgame gear on a Ranger compared to some other characters. There are weapons I could technically go for that are better than what I'm using, but that mostly involves playing challenge mode, which I don't really have any interest in. So who knows, maybe all these photon drops we're finding will end up going towards purchasing the weapon you get for beating challenge mode, because I have no interest in starting over another character and not keeping the levels. I just don't find that as interesting, unfortunately. One day maybe we'll show it on stream. But that's kind of one of those things where you either kind of run it dedicated or there's no purpose. Not really good to do half measures when it comes to that mode. Also, I just realized I made a big mistake. I'm gonna fix that while we're doing this. Hopefully I don't get hit too badly. I need this. Normal. There we go. I mean, I'm able to adapt based off of the menu icon, but I realized, like, I'm starting to pick up items instead of attack, which is not ideal. That Lily was not frozen and should have killed me, but we got lucky there. Like the game is playing a little hard to get when it comes to rare enemies. Unfortunate, as the special event for Christmas Eve will basically give us the highest possible chance of seeing a rare enemy. This is supposed to be the moment where you show something cool. The game is like, nah, you didn't earn it yet. I'm like, you're right, game. What? Oh, there's another Lily somewhere. Wait, where was the other Lily that hit me? Wait, I'm confused. Oh, I see where it is. That sucks. I didn't realize it was behind me. I need to be revived by Chris. My bad. I misunderstood the icons on the map. That's what you get for not remembering the spawn order on a limited time event. Silly me. Should have memorized it. That's okay. Man, not even like a Shuren? Jeez, game. I feel like you're being a little stingy today. Oh, but that other one was dead. Again, I gotta learn to read the monster reader a little better, as well as the mini-map. Fortunately, Chris's damage is so high that he'll be fine for a little bit before I can buff him again. Smoking plate, okay. Okay, armor. I think that might be Newman only. Will I equip it? Probably never. Even if that did drop for me. I mean, it's high defense, so if you're looking to not play a force, but you're playing the Newman, I guess that's when you would do it. Basically like an episode 2 only armor. I'll stand behind Chris, and we'll just kind of weed out these enemies and not worry about the stupid Lily. I guess this is our last big chance to get a Lily. Oh, never mind. One way too early. You're fine. Hello, Nano Dragon. Bye, Nano Dragon. Yeah, Yeah, this is usually the one, if we're gonna see it, we're gonna see it. Looks like we didn't have any luck today, chat. Ooh, they're on opposite ends. Gotta be careful. I want to say this wave is the last wave, but I could be mistaken. But definitely for sure that was one of the last big ones. If there's going to be lilies, I don't think it's going to be in that number again. So XP-wise, we're getting 242 experience a second, which is extremely high and completely broken and completely ridiculous. When I was doing TTF, I think I was barely getting above 120, I think, while playing. Okay, we get one more chance at it. It's not a good wave. I'm gonna try to leave the center, because I could get shot by everything there. Oh, I was in range still of the other one. That sucks. Okay. Well, I'm gonna return then. Fortunately, we have a telepipe down. I didn't realize the one near Chris wasn't being hit. I guess because Chris died. I'm just like, there's 3 in the middle. He put a freeze trap down. I should be fine to look away. It was not fine to look away. Rest in peace. I'm gonna take the teleport back. Let's revive him. Actually, wait, there's 2 left. How did I even die? Oh, did the one that killed Chris also pierce and kill me? Well, that's ridiculously unlucky. I'll blame Chris on that one. Oh, wait, did you line up with me? How did that happen? The one I was facing didn't kill me. I got hit from behind. Yeah, I think so. I'm getting trolled by Chris. It's fine. We love you, Chris. It's okay. Yeah, I guess I'll take a telepipe. Well, unfortunately, it looks like nothing of interest dropped. What an absolute shame. Quest was kind of a bust, but hey, that XP, pretty good. It's leaving this character a little closer to leveling. I think 3 or 4 more levels, and that'll free up a slot for me to just permanently have like an adept for like double cure units. Which is actually really huge in terms of where I can take this character. Having slot availability is so important for countering bad waves. So for example, if I had better stats and didn't need to worry about capping attack power or luck, for example, I could have removed the Centurion ability as well as the Adept and just take 2 Resist Devils. I think that would have given me a combined total of 30 EDK, which I think would put me at 55? No, 56, I think, EDK. Just keep in mind I get 6 from Adept. So if I remove Adept, I just only add, do math today, 14 for a normal number. It was okay. We didn't party wipe and lose the quest. We died, but we're still able to continue, so I'll still consider that a win for sure. Guilty Light, excellent item for getting team points. LNK Combat Seize, terrible item. Unfortunate. I got a Striker with hit, but it's not interesting enough for me to use to create any good weapons, so I'll be junking that as well. Basically just be picking up these 2 items and junking them immediately. You're gonna be a little careful not to menu too quickly on the junking of items, because you can junk items that you are currently holding, which I think is really, really stupid, and I don't think you should be allowed to do that. So there's a lot of things I feel like Sega did not really fix, even in the future PSO games. One of that is the UI and the menus. I feel like whoever designed those UI and menus needs to be fired, for sure, in both games. Like, there's some things they did right in this game, but there's just a lot of really weird decisions that I don't agree with. And I feel like playtesting would have told them that that's a bad idea. Then again, I used the words playtesting and Sega in the same sentence. So clearly I'm in the wrong, chat. Never mind. It's disregard. Silly me. I was gonna say, that's very Sega. See Sonic 06. No lessons were learned. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to my hunter. We're going to be playing a really easy quest. I'm going to leave it up to Chris if he wants to do Terrell's ego with a weaker character with some buffs. Whatever he wants to do. I'm just going to quickly quit out, and we are going to go ahead and jump into the Humar. We're actually making excellent progress. The idea being that my two most highly leveled characters will be getting longer quests. And if Chris is able to join in them, then, you know, all the better for it. Plans to do episode 1 Christmas Fiasco with the Fomar, and then the Fomar will be doing Respective Tomorrow, where I will actually do a boss rush in episode 2. Practically forbidden words, but I feel like that's a good use of Pink ID. And it shows how good the Fomarl is. She's one of the few characters I would even consider doing that with. This character's health total, very sad. I probably should give him an HP material. Oh, he does have a mag. Oh. I didn't even know. He's just been sitting on a 122 power mag this whole time. Wow. Okay. Oh, what the heck is... I'm sorry, his damage is 1,777? What is he equipped with? Oh, just a red sword? Wow. Okay. Okay. It's gonna nod my head. I'm gonna call this game Rocks Terrell. We're not planning to clear it all the way. I'm mostly just looking to take it to the Worm boss. So this will not be a super, super long quest. And I feel like Terrell's Ego is the best quest to do if you're just looking to farm for presents or Easter eggs in the respective events, or Halloween cookies. As there's a high density of very easy to kill enemies. The rares here are not that great, but you never know, you could get a frozen shooter, or you could go for the very rare Heaven Punisher. So technically, you could still be doing legit runs, while it's still pretty easy. Yeah, I'm so surprised. This character has triple god ability on. Chris, what an absolute unit. And a Lieutenant Mantle. This character actually is wearing endgame gear. I'm very surprised I let him keep this, to be honest with you. I probably could have used that while leveling other characters. Next, I'll be saying Christmas Fiasco on episode 2. Don't ruin the Christmas surprise for tomorrow. Oh boy. I will probably try it briefly tomorrow in all seriousness. I don't know if I'll force Chris to play though. Chris can opt out. He can tap out. It's okay. We don't blame him. Also, I have to say, I don't know if something broke in my chat, but I have so many passive listening bots in my chat right now. I feel very upset. I'll deal with it after the stream, but seriously, this list is ridiculous. I'm seeing no less than 20 bots. No, excuse me, 16 bots. Excuse me for exaggerating, there were 16 bots. Which is ridiculous. I really don't want them farming information from me. So hold on a second. I'm gonna take a quick little screenshot of all of those ridiculous bots, and I will be banning them for sure at some point. So I have Daylight Scar, which is a really good dagger weapon. Probably be doing that for some damage. All those whiffs. The life of a Humar. Also, I have the green cat mag. Wow, I use the most obscure things with this character, chat. I'm gonna go ahead and debuff. Or not. I'll get some moves. Try this again. So yeah. I was gonna say, has Chris even seen me play with the green cat mag ever before? I'm always using Nidra. I think this is literally the only cat that I have. Yeah. I'll make sure to feed the mag as we go along. I'm assuming because it's on him, it's his intended max stats, but I would have to consult notes, as it has been a long time since I've been mag feeding, which I will do after this event. I have to tell myself to just get into a habit of doing that. Because I have like 8 mags, I could do that. Oh, did you level 132? Are you just happy about mag feeding? I need to remember what your level is when we start missions. Nice, nice. You can see it's a little bit of a struggle to play this character even in multiplayer. I think what I'm looking to do... Well, I could shift to D-band myself in theory with the red blade. Okay, you did level. But I think I'll use red sword for a little bit. Oh well, they all die before I can swing. It's fine. I'll pretend I participated in that combat. Put a little Gafoe out and walk away. See what happens. Pretty bad Gafoe. I don't think I'll hit anything. Oh, I did actually hit 2 of them. Surprisingly. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up that Scape Doll. I have a feeling I'm gonna need that. So I've almost leveled again, because this character is woefully, woefully underleveled. Fortunately, I don't really have a weapon to fleeing Rappy. All I have is Charged Disco, which is very good, I will say, for this character. Let's switch to Red Sword for now. So, pros and cons of the Humar, they have very high ATP. They have fairly high attack power, decent defense. Accuracy leaves a little to be desired. It's not the worst in the game, but it can be a little rough when you can't take advantage of your power. I've leveled, I got 3 to attack, defense, MST, and ATA. Perfect, because my ATA is kind of low. I mean, I've swung with worse as a force, so I kind of know what to expect at this point. The males can only use level 15 techniques and only in mixed variety. So for example, the Ranger could use 15 shifted D-band, which buff stats. The Humar can debuff 15. Now normally that would seem like an advantage in late game, because as I said before, it's better to have debuffs than buffs. However, there's an exception to that rule, and that's why I don't like playing with the Humar in certain areas, is that some enemies can get a level 15 shifted D-band, and you can't really debuff them or cancel it, and there's some that can even get higher. So you're still not able to debuff the ones that you really need to debuff, in particular in Episode 2. Now, will it apply in most scenarios? No, but it's still very annoying when it happens. But this is another character I don't know what I would do to beat Episode 2. I mean, at least they have access to a sniper rifle via Holy Ray. That does require me to have an absurd amount of MST to wield. Found a Luminous Field. I think that's actually a good rare. I believe that is a high Dark Resist armor for females, if I'm not mistaken. I believe you can craft it or it can randomly drop. So I did not realize that it dropped here. Yeah, there's a lot of ones that have kind of like light-esque names in their name, and I believe all of them are craftable. Normally it takes, I think, 50 photon drops and like a spirit garment, for example, and then that will form that item. But yeah, or you could just find it randomly. That works. So Humar's doing okay here. Got 32,000 experience, 100 XP a second. Not really great experience, given that it's double XP. But we'll take it, because he's very underleveled. I'll say that this character will probably come in on his own in about, I don't know, maybe 20 levels. But I just don't feel motivated to play out those 20 levels with this character. I'm really just looking for another 8 or so base ATA across 20 levels. Not even like every level, but just like most levels. And it would be nice to have more ATP. Right now he's weaker than all my Rangers, so he could do okay in the same scenarios as they can. But I have Spread Noodle, so it's pretty much like, can I beat this area without Spread Noodle? The answer is I could. I don't see the point in doing so. Speaking of which, if I'm ever given opportunity to use range attacks, show off some Disca here, I do think that is a strong suit of the males. Their Disca animation's okay. Generally speaking, you don't want the Disca animation to move you too much. So that is a downside, I would say, to the male animations. There are some scenarios where you could actually use that natural movement to dodge attacks. I'm just gonna heal spam on Chris with my terrible MST and help him kill a few of these. There we go, teamwork. Chris didn't die, that's the important thing. He's just living on the edge of tomorrow. But he'll live and learn. Nice dye fluid. Ooh, shocked immediately. Dang. So, I guess one thing I didn't really talk about is, when you're starting a new character, what would it be best to do? I guess we should probably talk about that at some point. In fact, I might make a separate video on this, but I'll just bring up the same points again later. Things like God ability, you can actually gamble for. So if you're wondering how I have access to such good techniques, or such good units, you just need money, and just RNG luck. Things like Cure Paralysis, which I think are really key for getting past Lilies, or things like Cure Shock or Cure Freeze. Dealing with the giant Hildators and or the ridiculous Marissas that freeze. All are things I just got from gambling money. I didn't bother doing any runs for that. So Meseta is actually extremely important in this game, which is actually surprising, because you would think at some point that Meseta would stop having a purpose, and at no point in this game Meseta is useless. You can use it for damage, you literally could just use it to attack. You can use it for upgrades, you need it for certain crafting techniques, and you could gamble extremely rare items from it. So yeah, and those rare items you could get photon drops for. So for example, a really great item to go for, you could get V101, the best unit in the game, I believe, just by gambling. You could definitely get V501 and V502, also from gambling. Those increase the percent chance of success for things like paralysis and confusion, and also enhance the ability to perform insta-kill, which opens up a lot of new routing techniques for single player. And all of those, you don't have to have like a really specific character ID, you just need money. You just need to log in at a certain time, like just a day, will rotate out what the rares are. And then just gamble for like 30 minutes. And who knows, you might end up striking big. So the fact that I have like all these god abilities, I did not spend a lot of time gambling. I spent a lot of time playing the game, but I did not spend a lot of time getting units. I think the only units I have been trying to grind out at all are basically V801 and Adept. Those are the only two I think I've spent a moderate amount of time trying to get, both of which are very good, but I would say are more niche. Adept, I feel, is extremely good. The 6 to all resistances, the fact that it's only 5 accuracy off of Heavenly Arms, means you could give it to your Ranger, and they're basically tankier, and they do more damage, because it also has the hero ability worth of stats. And if you don't have god abilities, that's just another great unit to use. So if you don't feel like gambling, you just play an episode 4 quest or 2. You get it that way. Speaking of which, we'll be doing that at some point for sure. I'll probably be playing some solo episode 4, I think, at some point. But we'll see where we go with the two upcoming quests. Respective Tomorrow, I think, is going to take about a half hour. Well, let's say things go terribly wrong. I'm going to say it's going to take 40 minutes, hypothetically. I don't think it should take that long, honestly speaking, because we're playing trimmed bosses, and none of the bosses are super hard. Not even Dark Falls, honestly. It's mostly just getting to not Dark Falls, Ogo Flow. Mostly the trick. I mean, I could technically die to Clone Dragon, because that boss's ice frames are weird in multiplayer. But I don't see a big issue there. Episode 1 Fiasco, on the other hand, that is going to be quite an endeavor. So, we'll see where time leaves us at the end. I got smacked so hard, I got Mag Blast. Nice. Just gonna go ahead and use the Daylight Scar here. To do some significant damage to them. The Daylight Scar, I believe, will also allow you to use Berserk. If I don't mind losing health, I could just basically one-shot those enemies with massive ATP. This is where leveling will be very crucial for this character, since it'll make Berserk do even more damage. Like when you get mag, just trolling when you get invincibility. Oh, yeah, the cat just rolls. The cat does a barrel roll. Some of the other ones just kind of jiggle. This one just, all it does is barrel roll. Getting the cat is probably one of the harder things to do in terms of mag feeding, I guess I would say. I did the lazy method of Nidra because it's way, way easier to make Nidra. The cat requires you to be like such a limited set of characters where there's like 5 different ways you could get Nidra. And they all have the same stat. Well, they have all different stat requirements. So if you mess up a mag, quote unquote, you just have to change which one you're feeding it with. Unless you give it like defense, then that's your fault. That I can't help you with. But if you give it too much mind or too much power or too much accuracy, like it's easy to fix. As long as you don't overcap, it's fine. Speaking of which, I need to make sure to buff at some point.
This is getting interesting.
This is showing the cat. He exists both in the game and in the chat simultaneously. You know what? I'm just gonna nuke them. Actually, Chris probably has Foots on Bless by now. I'll wait for Chris actually to respond to that, if he has Foots on Bless. Let's use it here then. I love the moths hovering in the cutscene. Ooh, that wonderful sound effect on loop. So fun. Oh no, did we bug the sound? Okay, it stopped. Okay. I was like, there's no moth nest, and I kept hearing it. Oh no, it's back. Stupid enemy. Yeah, this character's okay. No, I'm not like dying to play him again, as I said before. But I guess it's good that we're showing him off. I will say there's nothing wrong with the character. I think he could be used in most scenarios. I just don't know how he would deal with episode 2 specifically. Like the fact that he can get access to a sniper is actually really crucial. That lets him deal with Dark Falls a little easier at long distance, and also lets him deal with some enemy pot shots, I guess, in episode 4 without getting injured. As we can see, just gets pretty powerful. If I had a rainbow baton, I'd probably prefer that over what I'm using now. Speaking of what is the accuracy on this charged disco? Ooh, 55. What a great percentage for charged disco. I had Lieutenant Mantle, so I could see the trap, and I disced the trap. Did it, Chad. Using my abilities as intended. I'm actually about to level again, the double XP, which is kind of funny, because this is just like a starting quest, more or less. I'm gonna go ahead and debuff him a little bit so I can stand. There we go. And again, that frees up Chris to do his own damage. He doesn't have to worry about debuffing. I could just decide if something is too dangerous for me, I will nerf it. I don't need it to have a big damage nerf. Just a little teeny one most of the time. It's better for him to be doing the blam blam shooty thing with the spread needle, for sure. Get that DPS out there. Pretty close to leveling, 7.5 thousand. I always check that instead of looking in the upper right out of habit. I mean, I could look in the upper right, I just don't always do that. I don't know why. Like, I clearly see the percentage bar. Oh, speaking of see the percentage bar. That's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and debuff them. Oh, I'm dead. I am super dead. Yep. Thank you, Chris. I got shocked, and that stopped me from doing Resta. Unfortunate. And that's the importance of Pure Shock in episode 1. If I had that, I would have been fine. I would have just cast Resta again. Oh well. It is what it is. 3,000 a level. I guess I'll see if there's any rare Hildebears here. Nope. Excuse me, Hildebelts. Need to get their names right. Gotta follow the lore. So we're also gonna fight a boss, which should level me guaranteed. Love the cat's tail also wags as you walk around. I'm not sure if Chris has seen it. It just goes boing, boing, boing. Come on, rare enemies. Nope. Yeah, it is very hard to form the cat. It needs, I think it needs like a female force or something. I'll double check the requirements, I think, in the stream. I got 3 to every stat except accuracy. I mean, I guess I'll take it. It's slightly better rested for me. But the cat's spinning, so I know I have the Mag Blast. It has a very obvious visual cue whenever I get Mag Invincibility. So I guess that's also a plus side of the cat over the Scorpion, because I always know whether or not I got the burst. Well, I have a little bit of Disca action here, so we should be able to do some significant damage to the boss. I'm gonna go ahead and debuff the boss so it takes more. It's up to Chris if he also wants to debuff further. Honestly, 15 might be enough. So close. If you can shoot a frozen shooter, we got this. Chris didn't get this. Rest in peace. Goodbye, my health total. We believed in Chris. He'll get it next time. Was that the special shot from Frozen Shooter or a regular shot? It looked like the normal shot on my screen. I'm just curious. Because if you were doing normal shot... Oh, that's the problem. Don't do regular shot. That would explain it. So the special shot will ignore the boss's somewhat invincible light evasion. The normal shot will not. The special shot also takes advantage of the fact that it has infinite height, so it also means the bullet doesn't need to waste time traveling up in the sky. So it's actually much slower to use normal shot. The more you know. So you can always learn something in PSO. Because I was like, how did he not kill? Because I'm like, he does like 200 a shot. I'm like, he only needed 3 hits or like 2 crits. That's okay. It's all part of a learning experience. Don't worry about it, Chris. Do you guys see those things? I looked at the graphic and I'm like, that didn't look right. Because one, I saw it going towards the dragon. Because we literally just did this run, so I was just thinking about it. It's like, I'm like, wait a minute, why is his shot going up in the air? And I'm like, oh, that's why. Okay. Well, I don't have cure paralysis. This is gonna be really ugly. I'm gonna cure Chris. I'm gonna hang back a little bit here. I think I could get some charge Disca action. Or cure Chris repeatedly. One of the above is true. Our turn to revive Chris. Got him. Mostly just need to get past this first room and then we'll be okay. Lilies are just evil. Okay. Staggered the lilies a little bit. Okay, I think we got both the lilies. I think we're home free. So here's where debuffing is probably extremely important. So I'll be doing that so I don't die. Again, even a small, weak 15 is definitely preferred to nothing. Nano Dragons, unfortunately, can't be debuffed like that. But other enemies can take that damage debuff for sure. Make that enemy take off. We'll heal Chris as he goes blam blam shooty things. There we go. How are we doing XP wise? 55,000? Not bad. I should level again if I kill the boss. Again, like, this character is mostly holding their own. So they're definitely not a bad character. I'm not like, oh, I'm doing no damage. Dang, I can't do anything. I've got good weapons. My accuracy could, you know, be a little improved. This is where if I were using the adept, I think, that I had floating in my bank, that would fix a lot of this character's issues. That enemy actually killed the other dragon, so it actually has enhanced stats. Fortunately, we did not let it do anything. Speaking of not letting it do anything. Goodbye, Lily. Oh, oh, I didn't do enough damage. I did let it do something. Rest in peace, mate. Just debuff so I can heal. I can kill it. Excellent. There we go. Using the dagger for enhanced single target DPS. So when in doubt, the answer is always go left. That's how you can solve all the riddles to episode 1. Just always go left. I think Chris and I showcased one of the stages that did this. Speaking of stages, there's traps here. You might want to be careful. Welcome to Chris almost dying. It was close call. A little close. But it's okay. He's just strategically building meter. That's all it is. Speaking of which, we could probably mag blast this upcoming wave. I'm gonna let Chris kill it, and then whenever the next wave is here, I'm gonna do it. Oh. Apparently there's a really big stream delay, as I thought even before I killed the other wave that Chris heard it. Never mind. Bad assumption on my part. Yeah, that delay was real. I was like, yeah, that should be about long enough. The answer was no. Should have still counted 3 more seconds. It would have been fine. To my defense, I didn't use it immediately. I did talk for like 6 seconds, but more delay than that. Darn you, Australia. You're too far into the future. The time travel device has a delay. This room can be very interesting. Do my best to clear out some of the traps. As I said before, Lieutenant Mantle lets you see them. Not normally something the hunter can do. Human. And I want to do that because their damage is actually high enough that the set damage will just outright kill me if I do get hit by one. Which would not be ideal if it were to happen. I've removed most of the traps in the room so far. Still got a couple more I could destroy, like the one near Chris. That non-buff damage is profound sadness. Let's heal Chris a little bit there. Okay, one switch down. That game really doesn't want me to target this enemy. Here we go. Did I? Oh, this is bad. I got lasered in front of another Lily. That's a really scary scenario. Because I could wake up into the Vigid. There's very little I can do about that. Just having frame 1 healing doesn't matter. Okay, we're good now, though. Nano Dragon stealing the kill again. What a god. Somebody pay him his money. He earned it. I'm gonna void the trap that's on the front end of the room, and I'm gonna hit the switch. Chris did not avoid the trap, and Chris is showcasing what is happening. It takes a lot of damage. Fortunately, it was just a freeze trap. If it had been fire damage, it would probably have been like 1,000. That damage is completely insane how high it is. Chris just clipping through on my screen to get to the switch. Definitely working as intended. Chris will focus on that enemy, and I will fail to strike that enemy. My normal swing miss. How awkward. Dang, not enough ATP / accuracy. Getting punished for it. Oh, come on, I missed the normal. No. I need to use better weapons to compensate. That is the curse of the Humar without hit. Dang. I don't think I could use my bread sword here against Lily. I have to use Disca. What a shame. I missed with the 55 hit Disca. Okay. Okay, we'll just take that into consideration. I don't know why Lily's evasion is so high. Strange. Well, maybe I hit special by accident at the end. That would also make a lot of sense. Let me heal Chris. He's looking a little injured. He's looking really injured. I'm gonna keep healing him. There we go. Dang. I have no shift to deban, so I'm just gonna do my best to stall. I think that worked. Let's debuff these enemies a little bit. There it is. What's the leveling again? As I said before, I was thinking Worm would probably level me. Oh. Spawning in between those two is kind of rude. Actually, I'm gonna back up. Those Megans release can't hit me from here. Better play. I'm gonna go ahead and debuff these enemies so Chris doesn't die. And we'll also slightly enhance our damage. But yay, I'm contributing. There's a slime there I basically can't deal with at all. I'm gonna leave that to Chris. Got a photon draw. Nice. Well, I killed the original slime. Oh, hello. Wow, what a room spawn. This, I have to say, is probably my favorite wave in the game. There are just so many enemies, and it's such beautiful chaos. Why can't more quests be like this? I love this enemy spam. In, like, not a sarcastic way, amazingly. Was that rare slime? Rare slime? Yeah, it's rare slime. Yeah. Oh, hello, rare slime. I don't even know what you dropped me, but I'm excited to see you. Now, unfortunately, using spells to make the slime duplicate only duplicates normal slimes. That's kind of unfortunate. But hey, rare slime. I'm gonna leave Chris to Kafoe spam, I think, to defeat these enemies. I don't think I can really hit these things that accurately. Getting hit for damage, gotta be careful. I think the rare slime will duplicate when it's hit by fire, but it's technically its weakness. So this is not a bad source for XP, to be honest with you, if all you want is XP. Now, I think those enemies can also drop presents, so there's really no downside to this. Like, just frankly speaking, it's just like, okay, you just have a present generator without needing to leave the room. So I'll let Chris deal with rare slime. I'll heal him a little bit as well. And I'll kill the other enemies. Chris can decide whatever he wants to do. He might have to switch spells, depending on his MST and multiplayer. For now, I think I'll handle this wave. Nice. We're capable of handling some cave enemies with this character, even though it's multiplayer. Not bad. Nice, got Mag Blast. I could tell I also got the enhancement, because the cat is doing its little twirls. Hello, rare slime. I think I'm gonna one-shot you. Or I'll miss the third hit. Wow, 102% accuracy, still missed. How is that even possible, chat? Okay, we're gonna wait for it to come back up, and I'm gonna swing at it. There we go. Oh, it dropped a Caduceus. That's actually an interesting item. Take that. Now that is a staff, I believe, that enhances our ability to do grants damage. It can be merged into a much stronger Mercurial Rod. We really want the bonuses. Looks like Chris also got it. I got a ray gun with hit. It's okay. Oh, I'm actually capped out on items, surprisingly. Hey, at least I have a couple escape dolls. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to Maglax with Chris here, and we're just gonna fight the boss. So I'm gonna give Chris a few seconds in order to hear it. I'll start doing a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Using. There we go. I added extra delay. It happened. It worked. 10 out of 10. $314 enemies defeated. Probably the only enemies we'll defeat. Let's see. Again, the goal is to debuff the enemy. It looks like I'm in big trouble because I did not get mag invincibility. Okay, I'm gonna debuff it. Chris can just focus on damage. I did the Jellin because if I had not done that, I think it would have done about 600 damage to me, which is pretty high. Okay, we did an okay amount of damage. So it'll die by second beaching. That's to be expected. I don't have a lot of burst yet with this character. So we'll probably just let Chris stick to Spread Needle to hit it when it goes on the sides. See if we get lucky as to which side it goes on. I feel like it's been favoring left a lot lately. Yeah. It is 50-50 as far as I know. Did another 2,000 damage there, not too bad. But definitely should be dead by the time it beaches here. You shouldn't even see it attack at all. You just barely land and then die. Nice and simple. This should level us. I believe we could get a Holy Ray here, so this is the reason I wanted to go to this point and then end the quest. I leveled, nice. 3 to everything, 1 accuracy. Hey, that's the most important level up. So again, I feel like this character in terms of defense is probably tanky enough to do this difficulty. 401 is really solid base defense for sure. MST kind of lacking, attack power still kind of eh. But hey, I'll take the extra accuracy. I think what I'll do is I will take a telepipe back and I will just sell items. And then we're gonna move on to probably Christmas Fiasco. Episode 1. I don't have the ability to go back. Oh, here it is. I had to look for Ryuker. We're good. Caduceus. I should probably put that in my share bank, but I'm gonna put it in my character bank for now. I don't need it at the moment, so it doesn't matter if I can't find it right away. Go ahead and put all these materials away. Bad collection of items today. Yeah. I didn't actually equip anything from the bank, so I just have a power mag in there. What I could do is make sure that we feed the mag. I should have been doing that earlier, by the way. But my bad. We'll give it some dimates. Very slowly but surely it will level. I was just too excited to talk about the run. Should have been feeding my mag. Novice mistake. I think I'm good with everything else though. So who knows, maybe I'll play this character a bit more off stream. We'll see. Definitely I feel more enthusiastic to play lower level characters when the XP bonus is present. So having another 20 health is not bad. I can even take that to mines, potentially single player. I think that would be okay. The golden rule is to never be above 850. So this character can still do mine runs without too many issues. Oh, they're like, you gotta hurry. Every minute counts. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave. Just bye. Oh boy, chat. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch into my Omar. We're gonna start up a Christmas Fiasco. Now I believe this is the best ID for it. I'm just gonna double check once. But I think it has just about everything we would be interested in terms of a run. So let's see. Episode 1 Christmas Fiasco. So it doesn't have the best caves, which is to be expected. It's got a solid mines. It's got V101 chance, Kasami Bracer, Nug 2000 Bazooka. You know, just it's okay. I think yellow ID is better, I think, in this scenario. But our green ID is pretty solid. We could get more Cure Paralysis. I guess that's where you're supposed to do the run. Psycho Wand chances, Agito 1975, Spread Needle. I think I'm okay with all those. Who to use? I would probably recommend somebody with a lot of health. Honestly, your Rockhouse would be fine, or if you wanted to play... I don't know, just think about it. You have to deal with Barans. So you either play a Force to deal with it, or the Rockhouse. I'll put it that way. I don't think you'll have a good time with Ramarl, for example, against it. I think you would rather have the Freeze Traps, for sure. Qcast might be okay, but you'll have a weird range issue. I have a feeling. I mean, feel free to do whatever you want, but I'm just letting you know. I mean, I play Christmas Fiasco on way loonier things, for sure. From experience, I don't recommend it. Oh, I have a lot of items. I need to put some of this away before we start. The quest is now up. Then after that, I'll probably be doing the boss rush for episode 2. I mean, technically, you could bring anybody into it. I don't think you technically need a sniper. I think the Hugh cast would be just as valid as a raw cast, for example. What I need to do is also put in my share bank the 3 seal. I need more inventory space. Away. I got a present off stream. I got the spirit type gun, mech gun, so it's a handgun that looks like a machine gun. Not that useful. Anyway, we'll let Chris join the game, and when he joins, we'll get started. I'm gonna sell some items here. Rock spot has been deployed. Yeah, just gotta restock the fluids, and we're good to go. I tried going for V101 runs off stream and without Chris, but it went about as to be expected. Just nothing really happened. I got a lot of experience from it, though, I must say. The fact that this character is 183 is rather silly. So I'm gonna keep my red ring on. My ATP is extremely high. 984 base, basically. Really, really good. So we have not done the Christmas Fiasco episode 1. It is actually a fairly fun quest outside of mines. Outside of mines. I feel like the mines, there is 2 rooms that are just too much. And they waste so much time when you do them. It's just too many Barans. It's just that simple. Too many Barans. I don't know what they were thinking. At one point, I think there's a room with like 10 of them. And it's a long room, and it's really awkward to do the tricks that you could do to ignore their damage. So it's just a lot of force set damage. It's not really all that great. Meanwhile, I feel like Caves is fairly tame. I mean, we're gonna have to deal with your paralysis, potentially, issues with this character. But in terms of the waves numbers themselves, I feel like they're mostly reasonable. I think there's maybe one room that will cause an issue. I forget if it's in this quest or not. There could be the room of like 8 lilies. Like here, this could be annoying, I suppose. Yeah, I should have taken a Cure Paralysis as a backup for sure. But I'm gonna go into melee range so that this one doesn't do that. I guess that's the other trick if you don't have Cure Paralysis. If you go point blank, they won't bother with it. They'll just try to melee you. So very good for one-on-one with the lilies. Just looking to guarantee you never take damage. I'm just taking advantage of the fact that I have a 50-hit partisan. Really solid weapon. It also adds defense to us. Picked up a sniper rifle called the Justy 23 ST. Spoilers, most rare snipers in this game are terrible. Well, I'm gonna use my partisan to just cleave through most of them there. Yeah, Yeah, this is where having a cure paralysis would have been a smart idea. Oh well. Oh, I whiffed the follow-up. Damn. I'm gonna let Chris handle that. He's got it. I think I just have to get through 2 or 3 more Lily rooms. This quest is also not bad if you're just looking to farm rare Lily. I mean, you can see we got like 10 within that time frame in 2 minutes. So if you're really looking to optimize that Lily kill ratio, I think I would probably reset on that wave if it wasn't a rare Lily. Because that's the thing, you don't actually have to clear the wave when you're playing. You could just go, oh, didn't see it in the first 10, I reset in a minute 30. So maybe this quest is technically the most efficient. You don't have access to it all the time though. ESO hypotheticals. Another soul atomizer, that'd be useful. Another really fun wave. I love it when they spawn more than 6 at a time, because it really actually lets you take advantage of things like the Partisan, or things like Confuse Trap are just so powerful here. And it feels really good. I wish more quests did that, to be honest. And then I think they get very manageable numbers of 4 here, which is really good if you're using the Baran's launcher for the Rangers, since it doesn't target 5 enemies and only targets 4. And these rooms are also, like, it's like the perfect number. It's either a bazillion or it's 4. And that's pretty much all you want to see. Back to back to back. Oh, I got lasered. I'm at 32% to level, not bad. 170 experience a second. That's actually extremely, extremely high. I think we were averaging at most like 240 or so in episode 4s. For a basic quest, pretty good XP. Again, the pace at which the game gives you enemies is very high relative to the other quests. Like, I think this is even better XP-wise than the Terrell's Ego. And Terrell's Ego is really, really good for enemy density. That's pretty impressive to be on par with that. Because episode 1 is not really known to be the XP-giving quest, or selection, I mean. I'm gonna go ahead and go forward spam, this should be done. I mean, I can always, I guess, Gafoe stack into Soul Atomizer. There's really no downside to that. I do like to play more of a bruiser kind of character versus a force in episode 1. You'll see me sticking to the partisan for the most part rather than do enemy weaknesses. I do feel like ATP is much stronger in this episode than your other choices. Episode 4, I feel the inverse. I feel bad when I have to play ATP. I'm just like, man, only I had an ability to deal with the Vertibulu easily, or just like Gafoe spam the satellite lizards, for example. Not that they're bad, it's just kind of personal preference thing. It is just nice to be able to stop Zoo dive bombs, I say, with force abilities too. Very nice. I got a freeze out. How did I hit one and then not hit one the second time? How did that work? Huh. I must have moved like a fraction or something. I don't comprehend that exactly. Because he took damage. Oh, unless I mistook the damage from Robarda with Chris's spread needle. That could be it. Because I was like, I thought I hit the whole room there with Robarda, because I was looking at if anybody had full health after I did Robarda. Maybe that's what happened. My mistake. It's like, you can see, like, when I stand here, I can hit the whole room. That's why I found it interesting I didn't hit the Lily there with Robarda. I suppose if I wanted to avoid that issue, I should equip a God Technique, because that does increase the range of Robarda at max level, and that should guarantee you hit the room. I don't have to worry about positioning as much. Now, I think we're coming up to another Lily room. I believe there's going to be a few that spawn behind these groups. Yep. I'll leave it to Chris here. Nice, he got the paralysis. Nice. Makes my life easy. Especially have a Bringer's Rifle here. I might as well use it. Goodbye, Nano Dragon. Wow, I caught up to Chris in terms of DPS briefly. Look at that. What a miracle. I'm just gonna stun lock them with Rabarda at a distance. Alright, now is where I think I'd take advantage of Force, just to deal with all these slimes. Oh wow, I insta-killed that whole wave. Either that or Chris's Fire Trap did. Either way, very useful. I think I'll stick to Ice here for a little bit. Dragons are not the most easy thing for me to deal with as a Force. What a wave. Here's an example where I could use Chain Lightning, but I feel like meleeing is better. As well as Build Meter. Speaking of which, I believe we have to go back and make sure we don't miss the hidden switch. It has been a while since I played this, but I believe there is a hidden switch in the previous room. Thinking about it just now. Yep. Glad I went back. Or else I'd be very sad when we get to a later portion of the area. There we go. So me hitting that laser gate now allows me to get access to a healing circle. Not next room, but I think a couple rooms from now. And there's no indication that it's there. You just have to know about it. PSO design, what can I say? Yeah, I'm glad I went back for it. For sure. That'll give Chris all of his traps back. And he can also use that to reset his traps before we go to the next area. That's an extremely useful unlock. It saves us so much time. Backtracking because I missed it and losing 20 seconds is nothing compared to the 4+ minutes we could save with traps. Not to mention the ease with which we could get to that point. Just go boom. We got him though. We'll get revenge, long distance style. So you can also avoid the cure paralysis, I didn't really talk about this, by just standing a very specific distance away. The max distance for Barda, level 29, will never get punished with paralysis. So I can just barely hit them, and they can't punish me at all. There's no reason not to do that if Chris is immune, because I could just randomly freeze, and that'll just help Chris hit them anyway. Yeah, here's the point where I think we're going towards the room, in which, if I didn't hit the switch, we wouldn't even be able to do anything. Exactly. That healing circle on our right would just be forbidden. Definitely taking it. Save myself some Tri-Fluid. Just rebuff us and move on. So Chris can feel free to go wild with traps, as we can just come back in this room when we're done with the next room. That's what I like about designs of the PSO maps. As long as you're able to take advantage of a healing circle, gives maximum efficiency, I'm pretty happy. I don't like it when the next room after a healing circle is just like a single wave. I feel like that's such a waste of a healing circle. Like, why even place it at that point? Whereas this one, we're gonna be getting back-to-back-to-back waves. We're not moving forward, so we're not getting further away from the healing circle. And if we need to, we can always just panic retreat to it. So I really love the placement of it. It's unfortunate it's hidden behind the hidden switch to activate. But other than that, really great placement. So again, Chris can just go completely insane with freeze traps. I'm sure he'll have a fun old time nuking every wave. Poor enemies will stand no chance. Speaking of no chance. Oh, hello, group of enemies. Yeah, when they're all one damage type, it's okay to be a force here. Like, Defoe would work fine. But when we have mixed damage types, I just like doing ATP. I think that's the rule of thumb with the force, is with Omar in particular. I'll Bringer's Rifle the dragon. Hopefully we can land a hit. Kind of. Oh, this is gonna be bad. And here's another great example. I'm in a bad position, but what helps us is if I do get paralyzed, I can just go back to the healing circle. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get rid of that paralysis. What a great What a great position on that healing circle. I can't understate it enough. So godlike. Also, kind of cruel thing you could do. Things like Razond and Rabarda work in doorways, so I could just kill the lilies through the door. There's really nothing they could do about it. Very cheap. They can't even target you. It's so dumb. Case in point. Anyway, we're gonna rebuff Chris. And you know what? We could both probably just take a trip back to the healing circle, because why not? Just get more traps. Like, okay. Gave myself a tri-fluid, why not? Rebuff Chris, because we're here, why not? And again, even when we finish the next room, we could always come back here. We're not really making big strides when it comes to room clears. Most of the action occurs multiple times per room. So if this next room is, for whatever reason, difficult, we always come back. I think we're allowed to go back from the lines. Oh, we are. Never mind. I lied. Liar. I'm a filthy liar. Magical peacetime. Now, I do think some of the rooms in this area are okay. Like, they're okay. Like, these initial rooms, I think, are fine. The big problem is much later on. It'll be very evident which one is the problem room. Actually, I would say there's two problem rooms. Here's, I think, a chance at B101. Thank you, Chris Freeze Traps, brought to you by Healing Circle. Canabin, I think this is our chance at a Kasami Bracer. I'll take that. It's a pretty good rare. I do think it is the best shield for hunters outside of the red ring. It's definitely the lower level option of red ring. If you get it like almost 40 levels lower, that's a pretty big time difference. It's very good because it gives you, I think, 35 ATP, and that goes over your cap, which is fantastic. There we go. Let's hope for a freeze. I need to unequip my weapon and just try to spam shock. As long as you kind of position yourself between them, you shouldn't get hit that often. It's just dangerous when we get down to one like this, where we're probably gonna die. Disappoint. Okay, we'll protect Chris as best we can. By protect, I mean Moon Atomizer him. Like performing CPR at PSO. Like, no, you're not allowed to sleep on the job. Back. Oh, we can't use Ryuker? Ooh, man, if we die, we have to take the long road back, I guess. Makes sense. A little scary. I unequip my weapon for faster cast there. I was hoping to get a shock. Oh, I did shock the Sinnoh though. So that's free damage. Nice. Let me try to freeze the leader in case Chris kills his minions. Oh. I didn't freeze them, so they got away. That's a shame. Yeah, I definitely want to kill those whenever we see them, for sure. This Kasami Bracer is a really good item. I could probably end up with an upgrade for myself, because honestly, it has a really wide stat range. So even if I get it and I already own it, it's probably really an upgrade for me. Is that the first fluid I've used? It might be, this entire quest. Found Angel Harp after defeating Calrappy. That sounds like such a cool item. Spoilers, it's garbage. Just, it's not even worth the hunt, like in any sense. I'll hopefully do this and Chris will maybe freeze. There we go. He's sort of stunning them. This works. That works. Oh, behind us. Chris can also choose to strategically die to get Scape Doll. That is a very valid option here. Kind of recommended at points. I'm about to take damage here. I'm gonna heal. Chris doing very good, I would say, with doing damage. Okay, we got a couple leaders. As I said before, they're gonna be my focus. Hopefully I can kill them. Oh, hello, Sinnoh. You're not my focus. I actually don't care about you. I want the leader dead. I will keep doing this until the leader dies. I found another Scape Doll, so Chris needs it for the tricky trap reset tech. Probably pick that up for him. In fact, I'm just gonna drop one for Chris preemptively. So he could see it on his mini-map whenever he needs it. I'll pick up my other Scape Doll. Now it looks like the switch to defeat the dub switches are on the far door. As soon as we kill one of them, I'm just gonna make a run for it. There we go. Go ahead and zappy zap. Got it. More leaders, awesome. Just kind of photon drop, well done. Got one Baranz. Where's the Baranz? Oh, there's the Baranz. Found the Baranz. Debuff. Shock element. Yeah, I think definitely getting that Zalor is really crucial for me to do. Chris definitely DPSes them really hard if he's given a chance. Double Baranz. It could be interesting. I'll hopefully go for the freeze here with the debuffs. And again, I can stall a little bit with Razan and heal Chris as needed. What a room. Okay, it looks like over the starting door is the next switch. Again, I'm gonna debuff them so Chris can't take that much damage. I actually have Mag Blast, but this is mines, and we would probably just die randomly anyway. I don't really even think it's worth using, other than just to use it. Just found a present. Congratulations, Chris. Your present is more Baranz. Huge present. Okay, we're gonna debuff so Chris doesn't explode. There we go. Oh no, they confused me, the Force user, in this portion of the episode 1. If only my spell hit 360. Oh wait. How is that Sinnoh still alive? Okay. Okay, this is a problem room. This right here is a problem. Awful. Awful room. I'm gonna do my best to heal. I died instantly. Fine. The damage is insane. I'm actually gonna revive Chris there in case he didn't pick up the Scape Doll. And if he dies again, I'll just let him die. He needs the traps. But what a room. I rest to spam so hard to save Chris there. He took so much damage. I swear he took like 1,900 or more. That was actually insane amounts of damage. Made no sense. Anyway, there is an Scape Doll left on the floor. Chris wants it, let me know. Probably be useful in the next room. That was one of the problem waves. The next room, I think, has the other problem wave. Nice, got the doll. Yeah, I see it disappeared off the minimap. Makes sense. So we're gonna hold on to Mag Blast until we're out of mines. Rude start. I'm done. Damage is insane. Well, I guess Chris is getting his traps back. Wow! I died again instantly. That was unfair. That was actually unfair. I just got mauled. Oh, is that my only escape toll? Oh no, it is. That's bad. I'm not even being allowed to play the game. Revive me, please. Oh no, Chris didn't revive me. I think it's over. Oh, Chris is alive again. I have mag. I died with mag invincibility. That is so lame. Wait, where's Chris that I can't revive him? Oh, he died over here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to use these enemies to block the missiles. It's like sort of intended strat. It's really garbage though. Okay, one dead. Nice. I literally can't survive it. That's ridiculous. Hey Kirk, hope you're doing well. I'm getting murdered by Christmas Fiasco 1. One of the hardest quests in episode 1. Not anything I can do about it. It's just an unfair quest. What can I say, chat? Just unfair. No counterplay, just die. Yeah, as I said before, there are two really bad rooms. The one we were in before was really bad. This one we haven't seen its final form yet, but it is absolutely heinous. Glad you're doing well, Kirk. We're probably about almost at the halfway point of the quest. This upcoming wave is probably going to take us a while. Because if we game over, we have to do the long walk of shame. Fortunately, we are allowed to go back here. Just found a present. Nice. I know, Kirk. Wait till you see this final area. The final wave is so BS. Dang, I didn't get the freeze trap. This is though. Gonna debuff. Unfortunately, these enemies don't knock down, but I can use them to body block for missiles. They're being very helpful to me. Thank you, Red Sinnoh. You body blocked all those missiles that would have killed me. Uh-oh, I ran out of a body block. I think I'm dead. Oh, no! Another Sinnoh blocked the final wave of missiles that should have killed me. Okay, we'll take that. Like, it is intended for you to use enemies to block that attack, but it's just the way it spawns them. You either have the position memorized or you die. There's no in between. Heat up dinner. You'll be set to see it. Ooh. You'll just have to believe, Kirk. Just believe. Wait till we get to the 8 Varans, I think, is coming up. I think it's so horrible and monstrous. I don't know what they did. I don't know what they did. What did they make? Okay, I'm using the Sinnoh Red to block the Varans. The Sinnoh, or excuse me, not the Sinnoh. The Varans does so much damage with missile that it killed the Sinnoh Red in one attack. That damage is completely out of control. It should not be able to one-shot one of the tankiest enemies in the game for this part of the episode in one hit. Kind of insane. Oh, here it comes. The final wave. Absolute BS. I'm ready to die. It is 8 Varans. I'm ready to die. Maybe if Chris spams freeze, we'll somehow live and it'll be a miracle. But it's really bad. If any of the missiles get through, it's basically game over. I'm just spamming Razan repeatedly. I'm praying to the rest of gods that I don't die. I died. I didn't pray hard enough. Damn. I died like instantly too. Oh well, let's return to Pioneer 2. Yeah, we almost had it. That wave is so bad. It's like kind of doable in single player. Well, A, the damage is not as high. But B, it's a little easier to manipulate the enemies so that they hit each other with missiles. In multiplayer, you can't do that. It is just like, unless you were completely perfectly coordinated and you were standing in the same exact spot, the enemy will behave very differently to each player. And that little deviation is all it takes for you to just die to missile spam. All it takes is one Barans to not be lined up with anything else, and it is game over. Not particularly fair. So this is the big reason I do not run Christmas Fiasco Episode 1. You now get to witness it, or at least hear the struggle and the terror as literally thousands of missiles rain down upon us and murder us almost instantly. Speaking of which, I better go restock my items since I'm here. Yeah, funny enough, I don't need to go back for tri-fluids ever in this quest. It's more, I have to go back because Moran's decided that my time here was over. He will not break, he will not break, then he breaks, exactly. It's so brutal. You know what the worst part is, though, about that particular room? Is if you didn't kill any of the Barans, and all you did was injure them, they actually just full heal when you go back and return to them. That's just the mechanic of PSO. So all that struggle you did to stay alive is literally meaningless if you didn't get any of them killed. Now, fortunately, I think there's only 2 Barans left. They will be returning with health, but at least it's 2 instead of 8. So if we take damage, it shouldn't delete Chris instantly. It'll delete me instantly, though. I'm 100% guaranteed to die here. I did bring some Scape Dolls, but I'm gonna wait for Chris because he's the DPS, and on top of that, I will die instantly, so there's no point in me going in alone at all. I will try to just immediately respond, and hopefully things will go okay. I lived with 60 health, okay? I took 1,260 damage. Casual PSO things. Chris found a present. Good job. I mean, you earned it. You had to fight for that present. This game is not gonna let you get that present for free. Not at all. What an absolutely brutal quest. Honestly, to me, this is kind of on par with Tower. This series of rooms is like, oh, are they recreating Tower? What happened? Watch it be a TP material or paint. Oh, that is what I did get earlier off stream. Yeah, by the way, there's an item just called like color paint, like red paint, blue paint, purple paint, etc. All it does is color red ring, which is an extremely rare shield to begin with. And the worst part about it is that the way it's coded, it removes the HP and TP regen. So it just literally nerfs you. There's no reason to use it other than purely aesthetics. And that is such a waste of the best shield in the game, just to purely aesthetic it. What an absolute shame. So I will never use that item. Never, ever, ever will I use it. So here, it's probably better for me to play as more of a melee character, since their spell resistances are fairly high, and their mixed resistances are also extremely high. So what I mean by that is, the weakness of this enemy is Thunder. They take, they basically have 60% resistance, which is, again, really high. But their second least resisted element that you would do to combat groups is 83, and that is way too high. That means you're barely doing like 100 to something with 2k health per cast. So unless you really feel like burning all of your materials here. Also, I really hope Chris can deal with these. I mean, well, actually, I have my Partisan. I should be fine. I got my Partisan. I'm actually doing some serious damage to them. Uh-oh, Meagid. There we go. Dodge the Meagid. I'm gonna help Chris out here. The Indie Belras have extremely high defenses. But once you remove that, they have pretty much nothing. I don't really need to do anything else. We'll just let Chris carry us. He's got the shooty blam blam guns, chat. What can I say? Can't be stopped. Wow, Chris killed that sorcerer nearly instantly. I barely even got to register that it was a chaos sorcerer there. Now this is really bad. This is probably gonna kill me. Oh, Chris froze him. Good job. Okay. Because that thing will steal my TP and do extra damage. So it might even kill Chris. Because its base damage is 1,500, and it stole, I think, 400 something from me. Maybe 500. What I should do here to help Chris is that this enemy is really annoying. Unless it's stationary and the core is raised, you can't damage it with ATP. However, if it becomes frozen via a special attack, such as things like Barda or a freeze trap, then it becomes targetable to ATP users. So using Rabarda is the best spell there, even though it doesn't do the most damage. It's because it allows Chris to do damage, which is greater than my spell damage. So therefore, I should do that. Speaking of I should do that, there's some bad enemies here. Probably back up. I'm gonna take down that helpless Darkbringer. Words that are not said very often. Those are one of the most deadly enemies in the game. If they're allowed to charge, they will disarm you. And that is really unfortunate when you're playing a melee character to just suddenly have no weapon. Like, oops, too bad. But at this point, it's pretty safe to say we're past the halfway point of the quest. That's good news for us. Throws that guy midair, nice. Frozen Shooter, also able to put them in the freeze state. So another reason that that gun is one of the best in the game. There's a reason everybody wants it. You get to ignore a lot of annoying enemy habits in this game. I'd like to call it the I win gun. It's like, oh, are you 1v1ing a Darkbringer? No, I win. Ooh, lots of enemies here. I'm gonna try to lure them out of the doorway so that way Chris can get in the room. Chaosbringer tried to charge me and actually hilariously missed. Well, that time he disarmed me, so I guess I briefly showed off what happens. Now, unfortunately, balls are completely surrounding me, and I need them to go away. Please go away. I need to kill them with lightning. So fortunately, Chris is frozen the Darkbringer, so he's not allowed to charge up his special shot. He only charges it if he's able to move. So if he gets paralyzed or frozen, he doesn't do that revenge massive damage shot. There's some counterplay to it. I think that's what makes the game kind of interesting in that sense. As opposed to episode 2 where there is no counterplay, you just die. Therefore, I don't play episode 2 and I hate it. It's kind of a big difference between good design and bad design. Speaking of interesting, and I hate it, this will be interesting. I will try to use my Bringer's Rifle special to hopefully kill the one that's behind Chris so he doesn't have to worry about him. Excellent. The Bringer's Rifle is named after the enemy we're fighting currently. I actually just took his arm and just made it into a gun for some reason. Just PSO logic. I'm gonna make sure to buff Chris. Kill a couple of those. I popped most of their crystals, so we don't have anything to really worry about here. I increase Chris's defense and lower their attack power. Again, this would be a very threatening wave. But you have to learn one little secret about the Indie Belra. If you don't move, they can never hit you. So you can switch to things like Grants to do damage, for example. Just to retarget and aim your other spells. Grants, I think, is also really amazing for aiming a gun as a force without moving. There's a lot of like little hidden tech in the game that I think is nice. Yeah, don't move and don't line up. Excellent advice. Wow, I actually got the quintuple freeze before Chris's freeze trap. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna make life easy for Chris here. Doing my job, chat. Yeah, definitely oops, get wrecked. Indeed. I don't know where he is. I'm just gonna disarm him. I'm a little concerned. I was gonna say, what is possibly following up the 6th wave? The answer is nothing. They were definitely in the loop. One moment, chat. I want to reposition something. I can read you a little better. My eyesight is terrible. There we go. Oh, is this the quest with the death room? Oh, it's been so long since we've seen the death room. I love the death room. It's so BS. Okay, so remember how I said that there's good things and bad things about the game? This is trash. I don't know what they were thinking. So, as long as you're in the room, you take constant damage. What's the counterplay? Win quickly, I guess? Playing as a solo cast here is absolute trash for that reason. Yeah, we just take constant damage. There's very little we could do. I got disarmed as soon as I went to hit the sorcerer. Just be careful, Chris, because I think he's gonna get an opportunity to attack. I wanna hit the other sorcerer and interrupt him. Okay. Monkey King Bar dropped. Chris is dead, but I will try to revive. Oh, too slow. Monkey King Bar is actually a very interesting weapon. If that rolled with hit, that's actually extremely good for us. It did not. Rest in peace. Gutter trash. Listen, chat, there's only one stat I care about on rare weapons. It's hit. Spoilers. I can add any attribute I want, except for hit. So if it doesn't come with hit, it's over. Pour one out for Monkey King Bar. That one's kind of fun because it's a, this is kind of like a dual blade weapon. It does really high damage and it is Devil. And Devil just basically removes percentage health from an enemy. That Indie Belra, for example, had 3,000 something health. But with the Devil special that this gun has, to showcase the Devil special, it did over 2,000 something damage in one bullet, which is extremely high. The problem is you still have to do enough damage to actually kill the enemy, because it's basically like the gravity variant in Final Fantasy games. It will only reduce health, will outdo a set amount of damage. Oh my gosh, get me out of here. It's horrible. I can't even help Chris with the Darkbringer. This is bad. Hope he doesn't target me. Okay, we're good. Man, we're just losing health at such a rapid rate. I'm gonna try to stick nearest to Chris so I could give him constant recovery. Photon drop, I'll pick that up eventually. Indie Belra in this room? What monsters? Look at this. Oh boy. I'm getting hit, so I must be lined up with Chris in some way. That's okay. Try to get the freeze going. That way Chris has better accuracy. But what absolute madness. I'm surrounded by death, no matter where I look. Okay, we use Grants to reorient ourselves. Then let us target the Indie Belra. I'm just showing off how useful Grants is to turn on the spot. There we go, we got another Indie Belra. I don't have to be the helpless force of distress. I can actually protect myself. Now, this, I don't think I can protect myself from, so I'm gonna pray that Chris freezes them. And I'm gonna die mate and also continue to pray, because there is just so much damage on the screen. I am trying so hard to Resta and get out of here. There is so much on the screen. I can't even see my character. Let me out. Okay, I debuffed them. I'm gonna kill the Sorcerer before he can do anything. Sorcerer dead. Darkbringer dead. What a wave, and it's not even over. That Bolt Claw is gonna hit me, unfortunately. Don't think I can do anything about that. My goal here is to just debuff so Chris can just kill as much as possible. But oh boy, I can't even physically see my character model. I am so swarmed right now. So we're gonna pray to Chris. The Rawcast God, save us from this horrible monstrosity of a quest. Okay. Eventually I'll be able to move. Eventually. Okay. Getting some Resta. Getting some Razons. This should speed up the process. I'm finally free. Okay, we're free. I'm gonna try to buff Chris. That way he can do damage again. What an interesting wave. Oh, and then while the claws are still out, more waves came in. Of course, of course. Okay, well, I'm gonna debuff the best that I can and get some freezes. I'm sure Chris is getting low on traps. Let's try to get rid of the claws so I can see the screen again. I think I got rid of them. Alright, that's looking way more manageable. I'll use Rabarda here, just to crowd control. And when I get the opportunity, I'll try to melee swing. Like that. I'm gonna make sure to heal Chris, because I think this is the absolute ridiculous wave coming up. Hello, God's Child. We're dealing with a very hard quest. Hope you're doing well. We're in a constant damage over time death room, and we have basically a soft time limit where we die. And all these enemies can one-shot me if they decide to fight me, so that'll be fun. But fortunately, I think Chris is controlling things extremely well, so shoutouts to Chris for not letting me have to deal with this alone. Uh-oh, this enemy is gonna use his death attack. I'm gonna spin. There we go, Chris froze him. Let's win this. We're very close. I'm gonna heal myself again. Let's see. PP management, die fluid, die fluid, die fluid, die fluid, die fluid. There we go. We're good. So I'm gonna go ahead and debuff them. Okay, Chris is doing really solid in the chat. We'll be giving him some presents, I think, later today. I think after the next quest, because he has definitely earned it. We're dealing with this monstrosity of a quest. Definitely puts the Fiasco in Christmas Fiasco. The two sorcerers spawn near me. Oh no. I got knocked down. I'm gonna heal Chris so that way he can focus on damage. And debuff. I did manage to freeze the Deathbringer. That's good. But yeah, just absolute chaos on the screen. I'm probably gonna get one shot in a second here. I'm in a really bad position to dodge. Okay, we dodged the insta-kill shot. That's good. that was the most important thing right there. While getting attacked by crisscross arms, I dodged. That's all that matters. There we go. I think I'm allowed to play the game again. Let's heal Chris. Down to just one. I'll use Bringer's Rifle. Why are there more waves? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna use regular freeze so that Chris doesn't get hit by the extendy hand man. But he's probably gonna be shooting at me because I froze him and he's not very happy about it. But that's okay. As long as we stand still, we won't take damage. Unfortunately, the claws are moving me. I almost died again. That's okay. We'd like to live on the edge. Okay, I cleared that entire wave. There's still more waves. Okay. Testing my resources for sure. But I think we got this. I think we're doing fine. As long as we don't get like a quintuple sorcerer, quintuple deathbringer, I think we'll be okay. These enemies we can handle with confuse and other sorts of ailments. Hopefully you're doing well, God's Child. Oh, I meant to say God's Child. I looked at the Excel just before the stream. And I think there's some things we can do if you're interested in still updating it. As long as you don't get X, let's see what happens. I mean, it's true, I could end up with that. Yeah, I think you were manually, for example, highlighting the important relics. We can actually come up with a formula if you want for that. That way, all you have to do is just populate, like, true. If it's important in something, and it'll auto-highlight a relic. And then that can also be used for calculations on the main sheet when you're looking to see, like, where important relics are. Ooh, we got a present. Well, I'll have to see what this is later. Oh? Final wave? We're free? The timer stopped? Quest over? Great. Okay, let's see. What did I get? I received coal! Yay! What a reward. Just, okay. So yeah, I'll probably put some recommendations to God's Child. I'll probably play with some formulas to give it to you. You can just apply it to the sheet. The funny thing is, I forgot, I actually don't have Excel on my home computer. I just don't bother. So I actually have to download something to deal with it. So it's just looking at it on my phone. I'll probably have to put it in like a Google Drive or something and send it to you. Get rid of the antidotes, we don't need that. But what a quest. 43 minutes. Got a total of 344,000 experience. It's okay. It's okay. Editing, slow everything in mind, but yeah, I'll have to edit it. Yeah, because just as long as it's like, you don't want to pay 125 a year for Office, yeah, I don't blame you. So it's more like, you know, as long as you can describe the statistic you're looking to achieve, I think I can help with the formula. But yeah, if you want to mark, like, if you want to have different degrees of how important a relic is, like required versus Vlad, for example, like if you want something like that, we can further split it. It's just, we need to define it, that's all. But otherwise, I could probably put some basic things together to improve the sheet. So that way, the only thing you have to worry about is marking, if you have certain relic names that are always certain categories, then we can completely automate that portion of the sheet, God's Child, so you don't have to worry about saying, like, oh, I just insert, like, Vlad for the 50th time and I have to hit true. Like, if it's always going to be, this is going to be this category, for example, then that's even easier to do. But if you wanted to fine-tune it, where it's like, this is required, but only in this specific seed, then yeah, we have to do some kind of flag setting for tracking purposes. So we're just talking about Soten Chaos, not Soten Chaos, Soten Randomizer races, trying to figure out like the spread of like where certain important relics are. The presents were ad slot, photon crystal, TP material. Unfortunate about the ad slot because it's kind of easy to get elsewhere, but photon crystal and TP material are nice. So yeah, I'll have to upload it into a Google Drive or something. I did read it, I did look at it, and I'm like, okay. think I can understand where to go with this. That's such a shame. It has such high stats. Oh, if only it had hit. Like, some are color-coded and based on ring of, like, sort of complexity values of how linear a true count. Yeah, definitely if you can write that out, because that'll change, I would say, the approach to the formula. But definitely, if it follows a logic that is very binary, like it either is this item or is not this item for categorization, that could be automated. But if it's something more nuanced, like Leapstone is in second castle, but it's not required, but if it's in first castle and that's intended to how you get to flight, that's a little too complicated. I wouldn't know how to code that, because it's pretty much like per instance situation. You would have to mark some kind of flag for calculations. But again, if you're just looking like, oh, you know, these are flight relics, or these are things that help in general, then yeah, if it's just that by name, then that's fine as well. So, well done with the quest. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna show off the final human character, and then, I don't know, we'll see what the chat feels like doing. Because I feel like I've been playing a lot of PSO today, so I won't be the most heartbroken if we do something else during the stream. Oh, I can put away my red ring. So we're gonna do one boss rush. We're gonna show off episode 2 bosses. I'll be bringing in probably the best character suited for it. I definitely pick top tier, which is, by the way. I love this game. There's certain characters I like, but when it comes to really actual difficult runs, I'm like, no. Gotta play the top tier. Do not want to afford subpar characters. I don't feel like adding 40 minutes to the clear time. Oh, it gave me 4 coal on this character. Let me go put that away. Episode 2 boss rush should be interesting. Honestly, I feel like the seabed will be the hardest part of the mission. So it'll be mostly just dealing with Del Beater, and also... what is the name of the spinner? Is it Morphos? Those enemies I'm concerned about. Other than that, I'm not really that scared. I think we'll get through it. I don't need any like Cure Freeze or Cure Paralysis units, but I'll take advantage of that red ring, which is the best shield in the game. But yeah, definitely Godchild. Take your time with it. Think about it, and if you can think about it categorically speaking, I could probably help make it work. I'm sure Kirk shares that experience. I've not had any like formal classes on Excel, quote unquote, but for work purposes, I've had to do all sorts of calculations. Like doing like floor values / the minimum values, and you know, doing some very basic statistics with it. So something like calculating occurrences of relics is not, I would say, outside my forte. Will I do it the most clean? Probably not. As I said, I just kind of did it. So I don't know. I guess Kirk, we'll see if you're in the mood for it and you're able to watch. We could switch over to Hades after this. Because I did promise to play Hades for you a bit more. But I do want to finish up my run of the human characters first. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put in a basic password. Oops, that's not the right difficulty. Let's try that again. Yeah, definitely. It's just kind of like whatever you can imagine, you can always fine tune. It's just like, if we can get like the general categories you're looking for ahead of time, that might change how I approach some of the formulas. Like, can it be redone if you change your mind? Yes, but it's just one of those things where talking about it saves a lot of time in the future. So I'm going in with Escape Doll. I think that'll be okay. I just need to make sure I have a Rambling May. I do. Mercurius Rod, excellent. Double Sword, I think we're good. So yeah, I mean, most of the things that I'm doing are more or less self-taught. Like setting up all of these different helper things for PSO where I can see people's health totals. I kind of figured that out mostly on my own and just kind of applied it to the game. I didn't come up with the code, but I knew where to look, and then I tampered around with it, kind of adjusted it to my personal preferences. So definitely much easier to take something that exists and just tweak it for what you want it to do, it is to come up with something from scratch. But fortunately, something like that Excel sheet I've done before. It won't be totally from scratch. This is not the right bank. I just realized. I'm looking for the red ring that I just put in, and I was looking at my character bank for some reason. Yeah, I'm gonna get this out. Oh my gosh, that defense is completely off the charts. Chris, I can't even understate to you how broken this is to make this character. I will have lower dark defense for Lily, though. Whatever, we're gonna live on the edge. we'll just die to 50-50 Lily, it's fine. Chris waving his arms. Let's do Respect of Tomorrow, testing a new prototype. It is basically the boss rush of this game. We very rarely play Episode 2 for the obvious reasons that Episode 2 is generally not that fun. But I think some of the bosses are interesting. I think there's very small things they could have done to make it fun versus interesting. But, you know, it's good to break up what we do. Get a little more variety. Oh, oops, I was baited. Went to the wrong one, like I was going to the end of the game. It's left for VR. Gotta remember that. One day, chat. So I'm gonna go ahead and quit my super weapon. My damage should be completely off the charts at the moment. Yeah, I can one-shot Lily. Okay, we're good. Poor Chris. We're gonna revive him. See, Episode 2, it doesn't care what your level is. You'll still die to it. It's fine. Lily's right in the middle of the room. I could put a nice little freeze. Actually, I don't even need to do that. Gale Bog. Disappointing Spear. It's kind of funny to just say, like, you just name things from Common Legend, and it's like, yeah, it's just crap. It's not even worth bringing. Goodbye, Moth Fist. So let us gun our way forward. I'm technically playing a Force, but for some reason the Force has access to this sniper rifle, which for some reason has the same animation as the shotgun, which for some reason is the fastest animation of the game for this character. There's just a lot of things that exist in this game that don't really make a lot of sense. You just gotta embrace it. Like, shotguns are supposed to be slow, and they're supposed to be slower than the submachine gun, but this one isn't. So we'll take advantage of that. I'd like a full screen, rapid double hit, ignores verticality sniper. It just works. Like, I'm picking the I win gun. Like, see that? Lily's dead. Oh, I shot the wall. That's bad. I gotta dodge. And that Lily's also dead. So my DPS is definitely high enough to just kill them every single time. Oh, I love, this is my favorite room in the entire game. I love the 3 Rappies descending and that subversion of expectation that the hill delt falls. There's just something about it. It's just like very subtly comedic, but I enjoy it every time I see it. It's like 3 Rappies and the big Rappie. Okay, easy clear. Goodbye, Lily. I'm gonna dodge the other Lily by walking away. I'm gonna put out a Gafoe to hit the Rappies. They're just pretending to be dead. They're not actually dead. And they do not drop their item unless you strike them when they try to flee. So because I could put the floating fireball out there, aka Gafoe, you can get their item. Chris, for example, just shot that Rappie and we got money. This is how the economy works. You just gotta accept it. Listen, I don't know why they have Shock Frame, King Frame, Mood Atomizers, but we'll take it. I feel like we missed a switch somewhere, but that's okay. We'll just continue on. There's a warp here. Where does this go? All we gotta do is find the boss room. I keep hearing all these doors opening. So I went to the right. I think I'm by myself, but it's okay. We'll solo this room. We'll show you the power of the Force's ultimate technique, which is gun. Like, you could be book smart, or you could just have a big gun. I mean, that also works. That poor Lily, dead. Wow. With Red Ring, I don't even miss from this distance. Nice. Normally, character classes get a penalty at shooting from a distance. The Ranger class, which is supposed to be using guns, has a natural innate class ability that ignores that distance modifier. But Red Ring is so broken, and it gives me so much accuracy, that I'm pretty much sniper level already. So that's fair. So hopefully we should be coming up to the first boss very soon. I'm thinking on pace, maybe a 40-minute clear for the quest. I'm gonna go to the right here. There's traps that try to latch onto you. I could destroy them with spells. No, thank you. I want none of that. Go away. It's very likely that this will end up leading to the boss. So I guess I'll talk about the upcoming boss before we get into it, because it'll be kind of hectic. For those of you that haven't seen the boss before, it's a giant manta ray. It has multiple segmented parts of its own body that we can target. So any weapon that has multi-shot is very effective against that boss. However, we will be on a raft, and we might not be able to reach it with melee weapons at all, or with certain ranged weapons, as it can sometimes go quite far from the raft. And the goal is that it will basically be flooding the screen with little enemies that board the ship. And there's not a lot of counterplay to that, other than just hopefully get resistance. Also, I just realized I don't have pure paralysis. I think I'm gonna regret it for this boss. Rest in peace. What I can try to do is that there will be color-coded enemies. The orange ones will paralyze me, the blue ones will poison me. The game will only allow one status ailment at a time, so if at any point I get paralyzed, I'm gonna have to try to get poisoned on purpose. Otherwise, I'm gonna run out of the ability to cure paralysis very early on in this mission. Poor Chris got hit by the flower. Rest in peace. And from there, I have to basically just I only have 3 soul atomizers. What happened? Oh, I never went to the shop with this character. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. I should have checked my inventory on this character before starting the quest. No, I don't happen to have a cure paralysis on me. Well, yeah, this is gonna be fun. So I have basically 2 opportunities to get out of paralysis, so I'm gonna have to kind of play the boss. I'm gonna have to pay attention to what attacks it's using. I don't remember if its weakness is chain lightning. I'll probably be sticking mostly to gun, to be honest. But we're gonna be relying off of Chris's damage for sure. There we go. Here's the manta ray. Called Barba Ray. That 1500 health is how much health it has. But each of the cores, once you pop off the armor, will contribute to damaging the boss. So I'm just gonna do some debuffs on the boss. I'm gonna do some damage. Again, we're at a kind of calm phase. It can go under the boat at points, and that will cause poison damage. That's another way I can escape the ridiculous damage of this boss. So those are the things I'm worried about, the boat borders. If I see a yellow one, if it hits me, it's basically all over, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, I think we got this. If I do get paralyzed, I can purposely get hit by one of the other ones, as I said before, or try to anyway. Now my evasion is decently high, so I might automatically resist it, to be honest. I just want to make sure not to be standing where Chris is, because unlike Chris, I do not have the natural immunity to the boss. Now it seems like we popped the core since we've done about 5,000 health in terms of damage to the 1500 boss. And we are doing tons of damage. Oh, I lost the game. It's over. Well, I got 1 soul atomizer. Might as well use it. And I think the boss is dead, because Chris did an insane amount of damage. I don't know why the boss's health just gets out of control like that. I don't know why it's constantly draining. That's just one of those weird quirks you only see if you have a mod for the game. PSO works in mysterious ways. Now, one thing I would say to fix this boss battle is, please, if they were ever to modify this game again, please do not make us wait on this raft like this after we beat the boss. Look at this. We're at the mercy of a forced cutscene. It's gonna be a while, chat. So, to quote God's child, cheers. There we go. Like, I know they're very impressed with the graphics, but I'm like, please, we got places to go. Not bad. So if we average 9 minutes for 3 more bosses, that's more or less what I expect in terms of time. Okay, the switch came down. First shot it, we're good. It really was a big waste of time. Speaking of big waste of time, I didn't pay attention to what door Chris came out of, so that was a big oops on my part. So I went the wrong way. Let's go this way. Yeah, it was a big waste of time. There's no reason for it. They could have just cutscene teleported us. We would have been none the wiser as a player. But no, it has to get to like the end of whatever portion of the map it was looping, and then it'll let you exit. So ridiculous. So many weird decisions in this game. I blame Sega. That's what it comes down to. Chris has turned off the lights. Thank you, Chris. I heard the eh. Let's see. No worries. It's okay. I don't remember where the real path is. It's been a while since I did this. This doesn't feel like the right way, but I'll keep going. Hello, wolf that spawned in here. Why, hello there, robots that also block the entrance. That'll make it interesting for Chris to join me. We're gonna single target that one robot. We're gonna look to see where the switch was. There's the switch. For those robots who are immortal, every time we deplete their health, they'll just reassemble, like in the Terminator. But if we destroy that switch, it kills all of them. So we just have to destroy them once to force the switch to descend. Pretty simple. I'm just gonna keep going in a straight line until I can't go in a straight line anymore. It is a very good kill switch, I agree. Oh hey, pan arms. Been a while since we fought one of those. Oh, and then more of these. Now, technically speaking, depending on where it puts the switch, you can actually cheese it and destroy it early. I just don't know where it is in this room. Oh, there it is. So, this gun has infinite vertical height. So, I shot the switch without actually killing any of the other enemies. There's your speedrun strat. I just skipped the entire fight. I just went right for the kill switch. It's fine. Like, we got places to be PSO. It's fine. Here's another switch here. What does this do? There's gold over here for some reason. I like the little Xbox boxes. Good touch. I have exactly 1 soul atomizer. It's gonna have to last me the entire rest of the run, which is gonna be very interesting. Okay, so we got to a warp. It's a promising sign. It seems like this is indeed the way. Let's see, where's the switch? Not over the door. I'm just mostly looking to skip it. I don't see... Oh, there it is. Well, I'll shoot it through the wall. That's a time save. Kill trap near dub switch. Nice. So far, going pretty fast through these rooms. Liking this pace. Coming up next, we're going to be fighting a giant dragon. The dragon is not too bad. I would say the camera angle is quite atrocious, though. It'll basically be fighting on, I want to say, a hexagonal field. So whenever it stomps into the ground, it'll raise those tiles surrounding it in kind of like a shockwave effect, which is kind of neat. It has a couple of elemental strikes. Oh no, there's a Baranz. This is the forbidden enemy. Oh, don't kill me. Okay, we're good. That thing is the stuff of nightmares. Leaving it unchecked leads to dead party members. But Chris had it under control with Frozen Shooter. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, single brands is not too bad. It's when there's like 8 of them like in that other quest. Wow, we're at the boss already? Nice. So our goal is to probably shoot the feet of the dragon, since that's probably all we'll be able to hit. But at the halfway point, the dragon will clone itself, and this is where we are very, very likely to die. Because we're gonna have to contend with a whole bunch of elemental blasts. Hello, giant dragon. Yeah, it is hexagonal. Very strange dragon, though. It's got kind of an extremely elongated neck with fins. I have mag invincibility, so I just ignored all that damage. Nice. Again, we're just going to be shooting its feet. We're gonna be very rude to it. Now, normally that would do a lot of damage because it stopped me, but I have mag invincibility, as indicated by the golden glow around me. So I think we're at about halfway part of the boss already. I'm gonna back up since I think I lost mag invincibility. And because this is infinite height, I can chip it as it flies overhead. It's extremely, extremely good to have. Now, this is an attack that is very deadly. It looks very silly, but I want to try not to get hit by this if I can avoid it. Okay, good dodge. I think it's at the half health threshold, so it's going to do a little roar. That's the indicator that it's going to phase 2. And now, we have to deal with the clones. So only one of them is real, which we'll see in a moment. And the other clones still do full boss damage. So really brutal. We just have to kind of guess what we think is the real one. I don't think there's a visual clone, or a visual cue. I mean, visual clone, we can see that. Okay, so I think that one was fake. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen that it is weaker, but unfortunately, no, it has as much damage and everything else as the other characters. Okay, we defeated the clones once. It's almost dead. So it's trying to spin to win, but I think I'm going to try to shoot it out of the spin to win. Okay, this is what I'm concerned about. I'm going to try to dodge, not going to hit multiple times. Only 3 times, not bad. I'll wait out the shock element. Chris shot it, nicely done. We can taunt during the boss animations, I believe. Yeah, I'm walking around. There we go. There somewhere. Yeah, this camera angle, absolutely atrocious. Look at this. I understand for the boss fight, it wants us to look up because it's a mostly vertical fight, but could they really fix the camera after the boss is done? Just shake your head, chat. It makes it very hard to see, like, where the items are. Floor cam, indeed. Very silly. I love this song. I wish it was not in episode 2. But oh well. It is what it is. Very annoying. Oh, it's the beach. Are you ready to have fun time on the beach? I think this is probably the best looking area in the game. And weirdly, it's not like their last release episode either. It's kind of in the middle release. Oh, it's a fun paradise where there's just random death traps on the beach. And giant bees trying to kill us at all points in time. I guess more accurately, maybe a hornet. We have the walking plant life attacking Chris there. I love that they just flee in terror. They're one of my favorite enemies. When they realize they can't win, they just go full screen. This is PSO, they're probably moths. You're right. For some reason in this game, it calls the hornets moths. I don't really understand why. I don't know if it's a translation issue. It's very clearly not a moth. Moths do not have stingers. Silly PSO. And we're gonna use ice there just to make him lower and kill him. Yeah, I think there's just a lot of visual effects that make this area more interesting than some of the others. I like the footprints in the sand are actually different per character. So, like, Chris has the ridiculous mega boots, for example. I have rather normal-looking footsteps. I like the splashes you do in the water. I like the water effect. I like the background. I like the little fish that swim in pools of water like this. I think it's definitely their best design, best looking stage. Maybe not best design. Best design might be a bit of a stretch. But overall, really like it. That enemy is trying to fly around us. Bad news for it, I have freeze. So the moment it's frozen, I'm just gonna blow it away. So these enemies kind of behave like the robots we've seen in some of the other quests, where if you hit them, it'll reset the AI, and they have to move at least once. Once they move once, they're allowed to attack you again. But obviously, if you keep hitting them, they don't get to attack. They have a fairly straightforward counterplay to them. This game does like to reuse some of the AI. I think the Marilla are very unique because, again, they pop up, they hide. I don't think there's any other enemy in the game that acts like them. But I love them. Like, I did too much damage to him, so he's just retreating. Goodbye, Marilla. I know, the big scary robot is here with the gun. I'd run too. Most people cannot defeat that. Now there is a rare that dropped earlier. That was what that sound effect was. It looks like it's a Storm 1 Indra, which gives us a 20% damage boost to electricity. Not bad. We have better wands at this point in the game, but definitely serviceable. I would have been happy if I was starting the game and reached this area for the first time to receive that. Well, speaking of which, I could show off me good. What am I doing? So I have my own insta-kill spell as well. Episode 2 is one of the few chances I get to use it, where it has a reasonable chance of success. So you can see there, I just one-shot them. I channel the power of the murder lilies from the other episodes. They have a 45% resistance to it. So I have about a 50-50 chance, since I think I have a 98% chance of insta-kill with my current setup. So you just subtract the two numbers, figure out the difference. Oh, you know what I did forget to bring, Chris? Oh, I was silly. I should have brought the demon fork with me for piercing me good. That would have been useful. Oh well, I still have a good be good. Yeah, this would have been like the quest to show it off. I like it. It's got a little pitchfork, like wielding it. Yeah, I just remembered. I normally leave it on this character, but I think I took it off in one of the other streams for item space usage. Now, the bees are also about 50-50. Actually, it's more like 48% chance. So, probably still worth doing over ice, to be honest. Yeah, 2 spells, that's worth it. I just love his massive boots in the sand. I just love watching them as they go by. They're so much bigger than mine. Like, his boot is as big as my body is. Ridiculous. Is that the boss warp? It could be. Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, this is actually a rather pleasant journey to the boss. I'm surprised we didn't find any giant killer bees. I'm assuming they're gonna show up eventually. Like, these are just like the little mini sentry drone things. Like, yeah, they can be annoying, but they're not super hard. I mean, if it doesn't want to, I'm not gonna say no to that. Yeah, we're just gonna be spamming our insta-kill. We haven't seen any apes. That's also an enemy type we haven't seen here. They're normally in the jungle, but they've shown up on the beach every now and then. So, yeah, a little bit disappointed in the enemy variety at the moment, but that's not a bad thing for us if we're just looking to clear the quest. Oh man, that insta-kill. Oh, we're just playing pure RNG right now. Oh, 50-50, passing 6 of them in a row. What a good feeling. Where's this RNG when I play Castlevania games? I wish it was like this. Oh, see, that's the Castlevania RNG. There we go. Failed the 50-50 twice. That's what I'm used to. There we go. Max distance insta-kill. Love it. Wow, that's it. Okay, you know what? If the game doesn't want to give us the terrible enemies of episode 2, I'm not going to complain. So I believe we're coming up to Gull Griffin, which is weak to Chain Lightning, I think? But I'll be shooting it predominantly. Oh no, it's weak to ice. I take it back, it's weak to ice. This boss can do a ton of damage. I think it's cool that it does destroy portions of the boss arena. So for people that play Monster Hunter, I'm sure you see some inspirations of this boss design in the later Monster Hunter games. So I think I'm just gonna shoot a Barda out there and try to get some damage. Low wing. I'm gonna try to debuff. Oh, this boss has 30,000 health. That's a lot of health, actually. I'm gonna try to use my gun with infinite height to hit this distance. Oh, I gotta be careful. That almost killed me. Tornado does do a lot of damage. Okay, let's play the dodging game. Boss is above me, raining death upon me. Let's debuff the boss as much as we can. Excellent, we did it. I'm worried about its shockwave attack doing a ton of damage. This attack right here did do a lot of damage, but it didn't kill me. That's the important thing. We're gonna back up slightly so we don't get hit by it again. Or it's just charging, that's fine. Well, Chris got annihilated instantly. Let's revive Chris. Rest in peace, Chris. Okay, I'm gonna try not to stand too close to Chris in case it stomps us, as it will do a ton of damage. Definitely F in the chat for Chris. Oh, I was still too close. Good thing I was at full health. That is the plus side. You're allowed to make a lot of mistakes as a force, and it can be very difficult to dodge boss damage at times. So we're playing a very safe combination. Dang, if I could just get a couple of clean headshots on it. We're gonna walk away from the tornado and not die there. Casts are very interesting because they don't have any ability to heal themselves with abilities. They can only heal themselves with... I'm gonna use Shock here because Chris is dead. Oh no, Chris is like really, really dead. There we go. Killed the boss. There we go. So I'm now out of soul atomizers. If I get another really bad status ailment, it might be GG for me, chat. It gave me an HP material. So anyway, Godchild, I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but this game loves to troll with items. Did I want some soul? If you could spare just one, I would be fine with it. I don't need all of yours, just one. I walked in with only 3. It was a mistake. So just in case something paralyzes me in the next room, I want to get a get out of jail free card. So for some reason, Godchild, the boss, can just drop common items. So instead of like interesting items like tons of money for your hard efforts, it could be like, here's a basic potion. It leaves me shocked every time it happens. Yeah, that is really gross, I will say. I don't appreciate that. Speaking of don't appreciate that. Low enemies in the small hallway. Okay, we're gonna have to Mag Blast because I need access to insta-kill. So at some point, when we see another wave, I'm just gonna activate it. Always squid are indeed gross. There are enemies in the next room that I can see already. What's a recon box? Okay, that's fine. We could do that on that. But these things will just constantly dispense the recons. I'm gonna use it now. I was really scared because Chris started attacking. I'm like, oh no, because he can't cancel that animation for Mag Blast. Okay, we're good. Big delay, yeah. So we did something called Milo Yula, which was the twins. That gives us a really strong shift to D-band. So normally we get about a 30% increase to attack and defense with level 30 shift to D-band. But combined with co-op powers, we get 41 shift to D-band. So we get like an 11% attack boost and defense boost, which is really crucial for this harder area. I'm gonna take advantage of my infinite height gun and just shoot downwards through the floor. That's fair. So now Chris is gonna be doing a ton of damage, and he doesn't have to worry as much against certain attacks. He could still die though, by all means. We still have to be careful about a party wipe at all points in time. Oh, hello Morphos. Unfortunate. These enemies have a trick. I want to see if I'm able to use the trick. If I don't look at them, they shouldn't be able to target me. So just don't let the game know. Listen, if it's object permanence, because I can't see them, they clearly must not exist. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about them not being able to shoot lasers in this scenario. I'm definitely not cheesing the AI.
Oh wow, look at the pretty butterfly.
I know, look at the pretty butterfly. Listen, I'm just doing a little pose, and then the door will magically open. Don't worry about it. Okay, so Chris is now able to get in. I think I need to start bringing a Terrell's Parasol with this character. I think I need like a partisan weapon. Big spear would be nice. I'm missing my AoE damage potential with this character. Mostly single target. It's not a bad thing, but definitely missing out more efficient means of damage. So it was kind of nice, God's Child. We were doing the Adventure Seed yesterday, Chaos. It was an interesting experience overall. Lots and lots of checks to make. Oh, Buzzsaw, what are you doing in here? I don't like you. Let's not get the Buzzsaw. I did like it, I think, overall. I could see where, like, K-Relics can kind of mess things up, especially trying to figure out progression. Oh no, Alyssa, no. But overall, I had fun with it. I did a couple backtracks due to Pandora. Why am I not able to target this enemy? What? What? Need to step away for a moment? Sure thing, Chris, no problem. We'll just have a death fight with the machine. So yeah, I think I had fun with it. I think it took like a little under 2.5 hours on adventure mode, on Chaos. Yeah, I had to do like one backtrack. That cost me like 5 minutes, maybe? Yeah, the one time I tried using Duplicator, chat killed me. Under 2 with Chaos. Yeah, it was like 2.5. My final save was at like 2 hours, 21 minutes, but that's with backtrack and all that other silliness. And I had no shield. I moved through the whole castle without shield, basically. It's kind of bad. But not much I could do about that. Can't shoot through the fence there. Need a new strategy. Can I camp the ramp? Yeah, we can camp on the ramp. Yeah, I think lately we've been having pretty good Chaos Seeds, or at least I'm doing better, or their chat is trolling less, I can't really tell. So I had like a hour, 20-minute Chaos. I think was my quickest so far. Pretty solid. On, I think it was casual. That's pretty good. That was without bat. I didn't have bat that whole time, I'm pretty sure. So that was batless hour 20. And no wolf for speed either. Pretty sure. Oh, no, that's not true. I think in that seed I did get bat. Never mind. I'll take that back. Her shield is hard on the muscles. Yeah, I was just kind of mashing backdash almost the whole time. I had bat like off and on in the 2.5 hour seed. But it took quite a while. I don't think I got it until past the first hour. For sure. And we did a full clear of Castle 1 before going to Castle 2. And it was definitely worth it, because one of the final checks I did had the 3rd Flag Relic. So completely worth doing. You would feel so proud, God's Child. I looked at the map right at the end for the Chaos Adventure Seed. I'm like, you know what? Normally people would go right because it's more dense in adventure mode, but I'm like, I feel like the seed doesn't like me, so I'm gonna go left, and going left was how you win. Oh wait, yeah, I found it. We're good. I found the Vlad Relic. Like, there we go. Just intuitively, I was like, listen. I thought it was gonna Galamoth me, to be honest with you. It came really close. I think it was at... Not at death. It was at Doppel, I think, was the final relic. So I just did left side check and then left. I didn't do any of the right side at all. So no bees. No trio. Yeah. It's like, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna do the more annoying checks first. It's fine. Yeah, and I think I had some pretty good strategies to deal with the Nova skeletons too. Like, I was using the single summon spirit to kill them from underneath them for adventure mode. Because I had really iffy MP. I think I had 50 MP due to haste or something. It was bad. It was very bad. My MP was not serviceable by any stretch of the imagination. I think I could only barely use Soul Steal right as I got to Shaft. It was pretty atrocious. So I was pretty happy about that. I'll probably consider doing it again if I just want to do like a single seed kind of thing. If I'm like, if I can put aside like 3, maybe 3.5 hours in case chat really trolls hard. I think it could be fun. Yeah, I like it because like they're so weak in health that even with like not the best int, I think it was like only 18, it still killed in one spell. I was like, oh, that's convenient. Welcome back, Chris. I have Mag Blast again. It's because I've been taking the face butt from these other monsters. We're gonna go ahead and rebuff Chris. I was gonna say, I imagine not, because you were AFK. Don't worry about it though. You're doing fine. Yeah, I think I really like my strategy overall. I think I did better. I did a couple back dashes, canceled into bat. I think I misbatted once. I gotta remember to do that more often. Although, to be fair, I also didn't get Power of Mist until like the hour 40 mark or something like that. Or to Control Tower? Oh, does this go to Control Tower? Does it? Or is it just said that when you hit the switch? I think there might be... No, I think there might be one small area after this. Oh, we want to turn it off. Oh, it said no response. Okay. That's not good. I think it's open. I think you can skip Control Tower. I don't think you're forced to do that. If we did, then something got messed up. So hopefully it did not get open just then. It still said open, which has me concerned, but we'll see. Yeah, I feel like I had pretty solid movement throughout. Yeah, I don't want to do Control Tower for sure. No way. I'm ready to just beat the game. We're already taking a little longer than expected to get to the boss, but it is what it is. The boss itself won't be too bad. As long as we don't get one shot and die. It will be fine. That's a big if, though, I suppose. Yeah, I have to say, though, Godchild, that seed had the most duplicators I have ever seen in a seed. I kid you not, I think I had 6 that entire run. I just couldn't stop picking them up. I'm like, why are there so many duplicators? They were like normal item drops, they were enemy drops. I'm like, what is going on? I was like, what is happening? It was like every area had a duplicator. It was actually ridiculous. At one point, I think I had like 4 stacked before I got bankrupted. Yeah, chat made the same comment. They're like, duplicators duplicating. But yeah, it was like when I checked Demon Card, there's a duplicator there. When I checked, I think, above Richter, I think a duplicator was there. When I checked, somewhere in Second Castle, duplicator was there. I was like, geez. Just trying to make sure I don't miss it, huh? Ridiculous. But yeah, unfortunately, one time I went to go do it, I got endurance shafted and died. It's pretty much the summarization of it. I learned very quickly that the left side strat does not work in endurance. So rip safe clear. It's okay, chat is allowed to kill me. You don't have to apologize. As long as you guys let me save, I'm not gonna be mad. If you kill me after like 5.5 minutes of exploration, and then I haven't been able to save that whole time due to various reasons, then I'll be sad. But feel free to kill me during boss fights. Like, you can kill me as much as you want after I've saved. And I'm like, okay, we're fine. I'm only upset if it's like, I worked really hard to climb, like, all rocks, and I went all the way there, and then you kill me before I get the save, and I have to go back for, like, a relic or something like that. Like, let's say the relic was a Coliseum that let me get flight. So then I'd be like, oh, do that again. Ooh, this room, huh? Okay, I'm expecting some Delve Leaders there. But yeah, other than that, I'm like, by all means. I feel like chat did a decent amount of restrictions. I think I got several sub-weapon onlys. Couple boss fights. I feel like chat was mostly fair. Chat waited for, I think, good opportunities to troll. Like, I went to go use a warp and I got crippled. I was like, that's a good one. I'm taking the long way around now. I think the only one that was cruel was, I think after I was already enduranced and I'm gonna die anyway because I had 30 health on shaft, I got sub-weapon only. I'm like, guys, you wasted your points. I was gonna die anyway. I had 30 health going into Drac. I was not making it with endurance. It's fine. Yeah, that also gave me stopwatch, which made Chef literally not playable. So I was like, yep, it's over. Rest in peace. Rip. Rip stopwatch on shaft fight. In endurance shaft fight with a duplicator on. Game over. Nice, you're pretty close to Mag Blast. I have a feeling the game will grant it to you soon enough. Yeah, it gave me stopwatch for some reason. I don't know if it's... Actually, maybe it's because... No, I'm not really sure why it gave me back stopwatch. It shouldn't have, but it was kind of brutal. Maybe because I died. It just put me back on stopwatch or something weird. I don't know. But I definitely had sub-weapons only with stopwatch on at one point. And I'm like, I'm just gonna wait this out. I'm just gonna go somewhere else for the meantime. Yeah, it might have been because I died. It probably just didn't keep the sub-weapon switch or something. But it was very silly. I'm like, let me just go somewhere else until this wears off. Are we able to go here yet? No, Zaruto wasn't called. Oh, no, we're not. Dang, where's the laser gate for this, then? Now, this room, I'm not gonna lie, chat. It took me forever when I first played the game to realize that this was a path. Because I didn't see the railing on the other side, so, like, if you're standing over here, you don't really notice that that's a path right away. Like, it looks more like a broken structure. You don't realize it keeps going. I feel like this is the trolliest room in the game. Speaking of trolliest room, where the heck is the exit? Is there something on this side I have to hit? No. Is there a switch somewhere in this room I didn't see? Where is it? Did you find it, Chris? Wherever the switch is? I thought it would be in the middle of the room here, but I don't see it. Did I miss something somewhere? It's clearly not lit up. Let me go backwards. Maybe we just missed the switch earlier. Oh. Hello, activated trap. Wait, is this a new path? Maybe this is a new path that I wasn't paying attention. I don't remember these traps in general. Never mind. I think we're good. Oh, we did come this way? I don't remember the laser gates. Oh, you triggered it. Oh, that's why. I think I just walked by them and ignored them. I have to be missing something really straightforward. I don't think I should have to go this far back to progress. I might consult a map in a moment, chat. Just making sure it's not something silly like they hit a switch in the wall over here. Yeah, I don't see it. Huh. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Well, chat, I'm officially confused as to what this quest wants. Did you find it, Chris? Is that what that is? It's a fake wall. Are you serious? Oh my gosh, this is the worst. Episode 2 sucks. Goodbye, my 5 minutes. So much for the 40-minute clear, chat. We're going for 50-minute, I guess. Where was the fake wall? I need to see this. It's one thing if the fake wall leads to an optional area. I'm okay with that. But when the fake wall is mandatory to progress, that is so bad. Especially since there's no visual cue. It's not like in Link games like Link's Awakening or like Link to the Past, where... Oh, this is a fake door? Oh my gosh, that is so bad. That is so bad. There is no indication that that's even fake. It's like one thing, like in those games, as I said before, if they have like a crack in them, they look like off color, they look suspicious. It literally looks like a closed door on this side. Is that it? Actually, it's not even a door. It just looks like it's sealed. That is such trash, chat. I hope you witnessed that. That is just episode 2 shenanigans. I'm convinced episode 2 is definitely created by people that hate players. I'm convinced. Like, they're like, we really hate doing what we're working on. We have really awesome set design locations. Like, look how cool it is to see the fish floating in the seabed. And then they're like, no, we hate the player. We're gonna make sure that they never enjoy their time here. Well, I was gonna say it's a different team. The programmers did not like the game. The people designing the game had a good time with this. Oh no, why is control tower enabled? Oh no. Yes, something went wrong. Did you flip the switch before? Or was it defaulted on? I just need to know for future reference. I'm not blaming you, I just need to know. Because you interacted with it first. I mean... think about it. Oh, he is glitching out. What is going on? You okay there, Gibbles? Yeah. That's what I was worried about. Because I'm like, by default, this should have just taken us to the final boss. Well, I guess you get to see the worst... Oh, the worst enemy in the game. Here it is. There we go. I love it. I love this enemy. It's so bad. Well, we're going to be here for a while. Kirk like it clipping out. It's just dancing. Sorry, Kirk. This is going to take a while before we get to Hades. This easily added like another 20 minutes. Not an exaggeration. It is going to take forever to clear this. But we can still do Hades. Yeah, strap in, chat. This is a horrendous dungeon. I do not recommend that you ever do tower. Don't do tower, chat. This is your only takeaway from PSO. If somebody says let's do tower, they're not your friend. Just unfriend and ban immediately. All right, we're on the 6th floor apparently. Oh, it's a dark tower. Oh, okay. Whoa, oh, I just love the gimmick. Oh, in the dark Ilgil. I love this game. What a game. That's all you need to know. Don't do tower. I'm so glad you could shoot through that wall. I'm glad things don't make any sense in this game. Like, that looks like it should stop bullets, but it doesn't. But you know what? We'll take it. That works on our favor for once. So, Ilgil, one of the most deadly enemies in the game. If it sees you, it roots you in place. Every single melee slice has a chance to insta-kill. It also has an insta-kill attack in general. It has tri-elemental damage. It has insane defense. Pretty hard to kill. You know what's really sad? I have a 15% chance to insta-killing that Lily, and it's really tempting to do that rather than fight Lily. Brings you back to when you did WoW and did dungeons. I hope WoW wasn't like this. Not this portion anyway. But yeah, these things do not mess around. They are not fun to do in 2-man groups. They're like maybe at best passable in like a 3-man group, and then they're maybe okay for 4-man group. The big problem with these quests is just the fact that they're designed for 4-player. So when you come across 3 lilies like this, you have no counterplay with just 2 people. By the way, there's a healing circle back here for no reason. It's PS, by the way. I'll take it. I'm sure Chris would love to restock his traps now that he needs them. So Chris is zoning with the frozen shooter. It has enhanced range over normal snipers, and we will take that. I will just poke at it with Grants, because Grants has more range than a sniper. So I'm going to play incredibly safe and boring, because every single one of those flowers attacks equals insta-death. Healing Circle will be useful if these things didn't insta-kill. It's for trap refresh, basically, and TP recovery. But anyway, I'm just going to snipe this guy at the top. Somebody got Flow and Sword 3073 by defeating a guild chick, which is a episode 1 Mind's common enemy. I will say, probably not worth it. Not their intended rare, I would guess. Chris is dead. I'm a little scared. You know what? We're just gonna fight inside the healing circle. This is our home now, chat. Do you like our home? I like our home. Like, listen. We're fine here. We don't need to venture out into the scary outdoors. We'll just get healed repeatedly. Hang your hat here. Something like that. I can see the enemy. I'm gonna grant it so Chris doesn't die. So unfortunately, I do have Mag Blast, and I need to get rid of it if I want to get my other spell access. The Gibbles is here. That's probably my favorite of the big bad sub-monster boss things, whatever you want to call them. So I'll just use it here if Chris has Mag Blast. Do you have Mag Blast? Look at the chat delay. Okay, so I'm gonna use it in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Here we go. Party foe needed, foe being Force, has found Lame to Argent, which is Excalibur, by defeating Dorfon to Claire? Really? Gotta love that delay. It's amazing. I was looking for Dorfon to Claire earlier. Oh, I could just snipe Gibbles from here. Hi, Gibbles. Again, I think he's probably my favorite of the bigger enemies. The giant bee is okay. Oh no, big mistakes. Leave, leave. You're surrounded. Or I guess you could freeze that one. That's also fine. But yeah, I'm at 1 health. 1 health things, chat. It's fine. We'll be fine. We're gonna hope Chris freezes this. Chris is now also at 1 health. Goodbye, Chris's health. Yeah, that enemy just literally drops you to 1. So if I walk around with it at all, I have something called 3 seals on, where I lose health over time. I literally cannot move or I will die. So I have to be very, very careful with it. It can trigger the Mag Blast though, since it counts as damage for whatever reason. Even though it just sets your HP to that and it doesn't check stats. We'll take it. But oh yeah. Okay, so far these floors are manageable. There's a warp here. I guess this is to go backwards. Actually, where does this warp go? Oh, it puts me over. Oh, it puts me over here. Big mistake. I don't want it. Nope, don't want. No like. I'm leaving. I'm not fighting double Ilgil. No thanks. Oh, I took another warp and that didn't bring me any closer to where I wanted to be. This is a problem. Well, I think we might be soloing an Ilgil. Rest in peace, me, chat. Hopefully, it will get stuck on terrain. If it decides to skate toward me, I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Oh, it's being nice. It's confused by terrain. We'll take it. Okay. Got lucky. I think Chris helped me towards the end there. What is going on with this dungeon? Where is the exit? Why are there so many warps? We came from here, right? Yes. Oh, maybe it's just the first warp as the exit? Very strange. Yeah, okay. Oh no. This... Oh, wait. Oh, I see the boss teleport, but it's sealed. Oh no. Well, chat, this is the enemy I never wanted to show on stream. Welcome to hell, chat. This enemy is horrible, combined with other enemies. It's gonna be bad. I'm expected to lose a lot of TP here. So it just full screen nukes you. There's really no counterplay to it. You can't really dodge it. And then it's on purple right now, so if at any point when it opens up its guard and it's finally targetable for damage, it will just instantly kill you. So that's fun. That's a fun mechanic. So I want to be very far from this when it opens up. I'm gonna try to kite it so that I'm not near Chris when the explosion goes off. There, I'm gonna dodge the insta-kill. Chris did not dodge the insta-kill. Rest in peace, Chris. We're gonna go ahead and do as much damage as we can to Epsilon. Well, we're able to. Chris, unfortunately, tried to face tank the arms of this thing. That will not work. You have to respect it. I would not even go in at all on those arms. Now, unfortunately, it switched colors, so it just does fire damage now. So it'll only do like 90% of your health instead of insta-kill. Fortunately, it was very glitched out. So Chris was still able to shoot. Oh, that's it? Oh, just one Epsilon? Okay, that was Mercy. So what can happen in this room, and this is why this is an infamous room, is it could be 2 of those, plus the insta-kill lilies, plus Ilgil, and it is the most unplayable thing I've ever seen. Yeah, I've never seen the game actually respect our time. Seabed lower levels. Oh, never mind, it didn't respect our time. Door to disposal area has opened. Okay, now we can leave. Yeah, definitely in the future, we do not want to do control tower. Although, honestly speaking, that was probably the most tame control tower I've seen in a while. Usually it involves, like, hordes of murder flowers. There was only, like, I think a room of 3 at one point. So that wasn't the worst thing I've ever experienced in this episode, but... yeah, unfortunately, we are down a lot of moon atomizers, so good luck, Chris. Oh, wait, I went back to control tower for some reason. Wait, where is the exit, then? If this is not where to go. Question mark. I mean, I don't mind touching the healing circle again. I don't really need it, though. Oh, if it wasn't there... oh, there's the room with the... oh, I didn't go this way, I think. Where is Chris relative to me? Yeah, he went this way. Let's not walk... oh, let's not walk into the Saw Blades. I mean, I guess it's good to know you could go back to the healing circle, I suppose. They didn't seal it. Not get hit by the Saw Blades. Okay, now we're at the boss. Let's go ahead and buff. And let's explain the boss. The boss is going to be circling us on this elevator, which is also circular. It will hug the walls, and our best bet is to try to debuff the enemy as much as we can. Kind of a cool fight. It'll have a giant sword, I believe, in this phase. But here we go. True final boss. I want to debuff him as much as I can. He just does very high damage. He can potentially do laser patterns in the floor. He can do lots of really silly things. I'm just going to debuff him. He does a little less. Let's see what he does here, though. He missed me with the laser. I've never seen that happen before, but we'll take that. So he'll try to hide underneath the elevator. Certain attacks can still hit him when he does that. Like this gun, for example, can hit him potentially, depending on where he is. So he's just doing the little can opener motion, and he will be spraying lots of lasers. This is the easy phase. We're not really expected to struggle here. Now you might notice in the top corner, there are the enemy resistances the boss has. This game is completely trolly. Never try to kill this boss with force techniques. It would just take so long, if you can even target. So one thing that might not be clear to new people watching the gameplay is that Barda is restricted to being on the floor. Oh no. Oh, don't kill me. Okay. Why hello there, giant laser. I definitely didn't dodge. Well, fortunately, we have die made for that scenario. But anyway, I was saying before, so Barda is our most powerful ice spell, and it doesn't work on the boss because the boss is never connected to the arena. Then our other options are a very slow targeted spell, which is not good because you can see the boss moves around fairly frequently, or an AoE freeze, which doesn't do a lot of damage, which you've seen before. We've done that with the freeze. So its weakness is very hard to land, if you can even land it. And otherwise, in multiplayer, you will be doing maybe 100 a spell if you're lucky. Let's even freeze him to see. I do 141. The boss is 24,000 health. Don't ever use spells on this boss. Not worth your time. I will use grants to target him if he teleports like that, though. That way I can shoot him with a gun. Oh, I'm in trouble? I'm in trouble. Fortunately, I still have some healing items. Okay, good. We're almost done with phase 1. We're gonna get a little bit of reprieve. Basically, the elevator is gonna crash down. It's gonna be our opportunity to do buffs. And then this is the real phase that will kill us. So basically, it will wait for us at the bottom of the shaft, and we have to touch the floating spirits. It makes more sense if you play the story. But as long as we don't touch the spirits, we have some time. I'm just gonna come over and buff Chris. Well, the answer is you'd use handgun as a hunter. You would never melee this boss. So yeah, it's kind of neat. It's like, oh, look, we defeated the boss. It's very rare you see the boss dead. And you're like, oh, what's this shiny thing? Big mistake. So now, this thing is gonna revive. It loses its legs to grow new ones. It's now got a shield and an even bigger sword. And it also gains mags. So you can see it has Gale and Geel. If we do not kill them, it will do an amazing amount of damage to us. So that is Chris's priority above all else. Don't even worry about damaging the boss. Please kill the mags or we're gonna die. Okay, one's dead, we're good. So the number of mags that are there determine how much damage that laser attack does. Potentially it can do 2,100 damage, which is the highest set damage in the game, and it will even kill Chris. So if we are not careful, it'll kill us. So we can see that it's reviving. We might be able to greed kill this boss. I think it's worth trying to greed kill. Okay, I'm gonna unconfuse Chris. I'm gonna run. No, I'm getting confused. This is bad. This is very bad. I'm gonna run. I want to get out of here. I'm just being confused over and over. We'll take this. We'll take this. You can use the rock to block some attacks. Like there, I used it to reduce the damage I took. You can see Chris, because he was close to the boss, took almost 2,000 damage and almost died. But hey, we got through it. So there we go. Final boss of episode 2 cleared. That took like a 10th of the time of clearing. That will make more sense if you play the story. It took like a 10th of the time that Control Tower took. And there we go. Very important sword for later. GG. Oh, it's so rare I hear the episode 2 final music. What is the credit music for this game? Congratulations, you are the hero! Double exclamation mark. Chris leveled. Nice. Spoilers, it dropped me a healing item, a Diemate. Oh, the slow music is so appropriate. Get wrecked. Chat, I got something I can buy in the store from the final boss of episode 2. Round of applause, chat. PSO, never stop trolling me. I also got Diemate, Chris. That's terrible. We both got Diemated. So, yeah, definitely round of applause. One of the worst boss drops. The only way it could have been worse is Trap Vision. I'm convinced that is the worst possible item it could give you. So that's how you know the RNG doesn't love you. So anyway, we're now done with Red Ring. I did have a lot of fun with Red Ring on this character. I think it does work extremely well. I'm gonna go back to 3 seals, which gives me bonus damage to 360 lightning. Has way less defense though. So yeah, definitely round of applause. Ultimate trolling. Could you imagine first playing this game? Like, you're like bright-eyed, bushy-tail, you're like, wow, I get to fight this really cool boss that just gives you like... You just go to the tool shop here, and you're like, oh, let me go buy that 300 Meseta worth item it gave me. Yeah, we'll talk to the people behind the teleporter. So bad. Game for trolls. Just like, wow, I can't wait to see what the game's gonna give me, guys. It's something else, chat. Oh, man. I honestly feel like if I do end up making PSO a staple, which I kind of doubt it, I'll probably have bets on whether or not the boss will drop a real item or a troll item. I think that would be our ongoing consistent bet. Every time we're at a boss, I'm like, is it gonna troll me and give me a consumable, or will it give me money or something actually useful? Not even necessarily the boss rare, just not Diemate or something stupid. Oh no. To talk to the people behind the teleporter? Yeah, we definitely need to do that going forward. We'll be doing that, I think, on Saturday for sure, if we do any boss runs. Oh. Okay, so this is a really obscure reference to the other VR mission. There's a ring you can get by messing around with the console in the original episode 1 VR mission, and that will give you a ring. So if you get the ring and come back with that ring to this and beat the mission again, I think you could get a super ring from her. It's not worth it though. I don't think it's as good as what we could find casually. Yeah. Yeah, I think you need... I don't know if you need the love ring or the black ring. You need one of the rings from the first VR. Number of deaths 7, time 50 minutes. Special stage cleared in 8 minutes 55 seconds. Okay. Performance is B. Or do better. That makes sense. Don't think we could hire you for advanced research jobs? Damn, PSO. Damn, slap in the face. We're like, we don't think we were ready for that. Damn, PSO is just savage. Exactly. I was about to say that. Just no love. Try. It's like, please do better. Yeah, episode 2, I am convinced is made by people that don't like players. Like, comments like that from the scriptwriters, they're just like, yeah, you're not ready. Not like, I believe in you, I think you could do it next time. It's, no, I don't think we can hire you again. Get wrecked. Must be love ring. She didn't say anything about... I mean, she didn't mention the ring, though, is what I'm saying. There's multiple rings you can get from TTF. I think it might be the love ring. Also, fun fact is that for the original VR mission, I don't think we could do it on the PC version, which is such a shame. But there's actually a mini game in the original VR version that I wish we could show off. I don't think it works on this server. Or maybe it does. No, it can't because it needs split screen. So originally, with one of the things you can mess around with on the console is you could actually take control of the bosses. That would have been so cool to show off, but unfortunately, it doesn't. I don't think it works in this server. So, like, instead of fighting the forest dragon, one player could just be the forest dragon in the boss arena, and it's like a player versus player thing. Yeah, there's like lots of really weird, obscure things in this game. Some of them still work, but a lot of them are like, if you have a Game Boy Link with the GameCube, you can boost Sonic games, I think, for example. Give yourself free items. 4,000 Meseta for beating every boss. Such a terrible reward. To give you an idea, I think I spent 12,000 on that quest. I went net negative. Yeah, thank you, Chris. That's an example. So I think we're done with PSO for now. I think we've shown off every human character. I don't think I missed anybody. I even played the Humar. So why don't we slip in some Hades? So we're gonna switch to the Be Right Back. But hopefully, chat, you were entertained. But wow, what a journey. We played as, I think, every character. I don't think I missed one. We did get B rank. I don't know if rank affects money at the end. Maybe it does. It's just one of those things I don't pay attention to. I definitely don't know enough about episode 2. I'm not even gonna pretend to understand it. It just works in mysterious ways. That's all I know. So I think for now, we'll be doing a little bit, I guess to catch up for PSO related news, we'll be doing a little bit of PSO on Saturday. Just start off the stream before we go into Tales of Eternia, just because we want to take advantage of the Christmas event. But we'll still be doing Eternia for sure. And from there, we'll just be playing whatever we feel like, and while we still have the super bonuses. But I think for now, we're done showing off every character. We've played as every cast, every Newman, every Hunter, I think. I don't believe I missed a single character class, so I've officially played as every single character in the game at all high-level quests, all on the highest difficulty. Lots of Force action. Force is really good. Definitely very nice. But I did play as a cast. I did mix things up. Hopefully the chat, even though some of the areas were a bit longer than expected, hopefully it was still entertaining. But for now, I think we're going to say goodbye to YouTube. But for everybody else still watching the stream, I think we're going to go ahead and start up a run or two of Hades.